Jack, come here a minute, will you?
What?
Get yourself over here. I glanced out of the window just now, and there's a man up there, just by the front door of the restaurant, standing there looking up at the roof. Broad chap, silvery hair, very nicely cut coat, and little tiny feet in shiny black shoes. A dancer's feet.
What? What's the matter?
Take a look out there.
What? Why?
Just take a look. There's a man on the step.
A man on the step.
A man. A man!
You call me out of the kitchen because we're a restaurant, Dad. We should expect people to turn up.
Not like this one.
I've left Bernard with a tray of grey mullet.
Standing out there staring.
All right. I'll take a look.
No. Don't open the door. Look through the window.
All right.
You see, Warwick's is not easy to find, being, as it is, on Mardle Fen. If you come from town, you have to turn off the Sutting Road and keep going till you get to Stone Langley. Then you go beyond. It's said that folk in Stone Langley know when they've reached Mardle Fen, because they can count off the distance on the fingers of one hand. 6 miles. And that's as far as some people ever go. Just to the edge of Mardle Fen, no further. It can seem a rather daunting place, but it's where we are. And we are a beacon of warmth and good food in a bleak landscape. People very rarely come to Warwick's on their own, and once they're here, they certainly don't hang about outside.
Large bloke, grey hair.
What do you make of him?
Flash, I'd say.
Flash?
Why doesn't he put his arms in his coat?
That's panache, boy. That's style.
Oh, yes? Did you see his car?
There isn't one.
What?
There's no sign of a car.
He came by taxi?
No, I don't think so. I would have heard. I can hear the taxis when they turn into the lane. I know every single one.
Frankie brought me.
My driver.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise. I didn't hear you come in.
As I say, Frankie brought me, and you wouldn't hear him.
No?
Not in that car. Engine like a maiden inside that car.
I didn't hear you come in the restaurant.
No, I come around the side. I'm taking a look, see if there's a door open, I come through it.
Right, I see. Well, welcome to Warwick's.
Thank you. Very sweet.
Have you, in fact, booked, sir? Because
I'm looking for a table away from the window. I expect you can do that for me, can't you?
You sliced the mullet, Bernard?
Yes, sir.
Right then, streaky bacon. Don't stand there, Marcia, please.
Sorry.
Or there.
Sorry, Jack. You did ask me to come.
Yes, I know. Colleen, bay leaves, onion. Yes, right. How are things?
Much as they were this morning, Jack. Thank you for asking.
Right, good.
What do you want?
I'm just catching up, that's all. You know, wondering how David's doing.
Oh, I hadn't bother, he doesn't tell me.
No?
I'm not sure the monastery's going to be the answer, though.
No.
It's just a staging post, as far as I can see.
Yes, right. Well, I'm sure he'll settle, eventually. You've seen Dad out there, have you, with his new friend?
So that's it.
His name's Mulloway, apparently.
That's what this is about.
Up from London, investigating the area, so he says.
And you don't like him?
What do you?
Oh, he hardly spoke. He seems charming enough.
Well, he's got money, which some people take for charm.
People who don't know any better?
I don't mean you, Marcy. You know I don't.
Why does he bother you, anyway?
Well, he doesn't. Not really. I mean, why should he?
But?
Well, you know Dad. He's so easily taken in by those diamond geezer types.
Just as you're so easily prejudiced against them.
I'm just saying, Dad listens to you more than he does to me.
I hardly think so.
He does. Especially as you now own half the restaurant. I thought you might start a warning note, that's all.
A warning note?
I mean, if Mulloway's looking for investors or something.
Is he?
Well, not as far as I know, but...
But then how can I...
Just to wonder what he's doing here, Marcy. Don't you? I mean, diamond geezer on Mardle Fen? He's after something.
Jack, relax.
Yes, but...
He's getting away from London. And after a good meal and a bit of local colour.
I'm not so sure.
Not everyone's out to get you, Jack. Don't fret so much.
We are not easy to find, Mr. Mulloway, but we are certainly worth the effort.
Hard to find is perfectly acceptable in my book.
Is it?
In fact, Warwick, it's exactly what I'm looking for.
Really?
I have a reclusive temperament.
Have you?
Oh, yes. I was considered artistic as a child.
You know you don't surprise me. But I think you'll like Mardle Fen. Not everyone does. Some people say it broods. They say things lurk here.
Do they?
But you mustn't let that put you off.
Oh, I won't. There's a lot of things lurk where I come from.
And where's that?
Leytonstone. But there you are. That's my habitat. Yeah, I like a touch of atmosphere.
Well, Mardle Fen certainly has that, Mr. Mulloway. It's a dark and horrible place. I am deeply fond of it. Zofia.
Zofia.
Let's get you started, shall we? The lovely Zofia will look after you this afternoon.
Hello.
Bring the specials board for Mr. Mulloway, will you, sweetheart? And some water.
No.
Special and water. My pleasure.
Not water.
You want still or sprinkle?
Neither.
No? Well, I don't know no other kind.
I don't want water, so don't bring me any. Why do you think I asked specifically for this table?
I don't know.
Because it's not near the window. And there's a river out there, I've seen it.
We don't get water from the river.
That's not the point. I just avoid it. Okay?
How are you going to wash?
Zofia!
No, I mean, if you are avoiding...
Zofia! I'll just bring the specials board. And an alternative tipple, perhaps. On the house, of course.
Right, yes. I'll have a glass of port.
Pork. Yes, I get for you.
She's a dippy cow, Zofia, but rather nicely put together, I always think.
You want to watch her?
Oh, I do.
I mean, blundering about like that, stomping all other people's feelings.
She meant no harm.
Well, she was certainly on the brink of causing it. I'm a particular man, Warwick. That's how I got to be where I am today, by being particular. You can't cater for particularity, just say so, and I'll go elsewhere. All right?
Colleen! Mullet parcels, take them out now. I want to see them.
Table 4, 1 leaky pie, 1 tarted sponge.
1 sweet potato and leek pie. 1... what?
1 tarted sponge.
That's spinach and ricotta tart, yeah.
That's the one.
Write it down, Zofia. Check the menu and write it down.
I did, Mr. Hedges. Look. Number 4, see? Man, leaky pie, girl, tarted spinach. Oh, yes, I see now. Spinach.
What's happening with Flash Harry out there?
Flash?
Big man on his own. Posh suit.
Oh, him. He was not so very happy.
Why not?
At the start. Because I said to bring him water, and he don't like water. You want to see how he gets angry so quick. Bang! Like trigger.
Well, let's hope we don't see him again.
Oh, yes, I think so, because other Mr. Hedges is looking after him, and now they have deal.
Deal? What deal?
Thing is, Warwick, I'm a big fan of tradition.
Where would we be without it, eh?
Your traditional food, your traditional countryside pursuits, and seclusion. Seclusion is fundamental to what I'm seeking here.
Oh, I can guarantee seclusion, Mr. Mulloway.
I won't want to be disturbed.
Samuel! If you want tradition, you'll have to meet Samuel.
Afternoon, Mr. Hedges.
A Fen man born and bred.
That's right.
Crawled out of the mud with the eels, didn't you, Samuel?
You was asking after a hare, I believe, Mr. Hedges.
1,000 slimy things lived on, and so did Samuel, eh?
There's one hanging from the guttering outside the back door. Need seen too quickish, though.
Then I shall go and see to it now. You'll be in touch, Mr. Mulloway, yes?
I will.
Excellent. Meanwhile, Samuel here'll tell you everything you need to know.
And what might that be, sir?
What?
What you need to know? Birds, is it? There's magnificent bird life round here, some of it very tasty.
Have I got a thermos flask and a bobble hat?
Eh?
Do you see me in possession of those things?
No?
No.
Not birds, then?
No.
What about drainage?
What do you think?
I do have influence round about here. If you ever wanted a bit of...
Influence? Influence? And who exactly do you have influence with?
I know a woman who can do all manner of things for your bones. Tiffy Dodds. You got any aches or anything?
You amaze me.
And then there's Rita Carey. Rita Carey is particularly important here in the Fens. I could take you to say hello if you like. Rita's got a cottage.
Let me stop you there. I couldn't find the slightest flicker of interest in anyone who lives around here. So let's save our breath, shall we?
I see.
I am, however, looking for property.
What sort of property?
Oh, it is my car.
Ready when you are, Mr. Mulloway.
And there's my driver, Kenneth. Talk to him. He'll fill you in with what I want.
From what Zofia was saying, it sounds like some sort of special deal.
Sophia? She doesn't know.
So I was just wondering...
There's nothing to worry about.
What deal?
Nothing at all.
What deal, Dad?
It's not a deal. Who said deal?
Well, Jack seems to think there's something going...
Yeah, Jack. You know Jack. He takes against people for no good reason.
And there is no good reason?
Of course not. Mulloway's solid gold. Through and through. Jack can't read people, that's his trouble. You could always do that.
I'm not so sure.
Oh, yeah, you could, Marcia. You take after me in that respect. Anyway, the man's got contacts.
Mulloway?
Which could be very good for us.
Dad, I have to say...
There's this sort of society.
This is beginning to sound rather like a deal.
That sort of Rotary Club, as far as I can make out. And apparently we're ideally situated for meetings.
I think you'd better talk this through with Jack.
You're the joint owner. I mean, I trust your judgment, Poppy.
How many in this club?
I don't know. 15, 20.
20?
It's hard to say because it's secret.
Can we accommodate a party of 20?
With ease. Anyway, don't we have a duty to extend a welcoming hand?
Look, Dad, I think you'd better speak to Jack.
It's only a booking, sweetie, same as we do day in, day out.
All the same, I think he ought to know.
Okay.
You do see that, don't you?
Absolutely. I'll be guided by you.
And you won't book anything just yet?
No. I see what you mean, Marcy. Absolutely. La 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 dee. You have to admire people like Mulloway.
Do I?
Who pull themselves up by their own bootstraps.
I didn't think much on him.
Well, you're no judge, Samuel. Ugh. Not exactly in the full flush of youth, this here. I'll have to lard him.
Hang on to the innards, Mr. Hedges. I know someone who can use that.
There's been no public school leg up for Mulloway, has there? He's earned his position because of what he's done, not because of where he was educated.
What has he done?
Well?
And what do he do?
Well...
this here society is. What do they do?
It's secret.
I bet.
Probably charitable. Good deeds by stealth. That kind of thing. Anyway, we'll find out when they come, won't we? I don't suppose he said anything to you?
Not a lot. He was asking about property.
Property? He didn't ask me.
Thought I might know the kind of thing he was after.
And did you?
I made a suggestion, yes.
Which was?
Out by Ferris Mere.
Ferris Mere? There's nothing out there.
There is if you know.
What's he want at Ferris Mere?
Wednesday lunchtime, and I've come into the restaurant to pick up the menus. Hello? Where is everyone? Not a soul about. It's sometimes quiet of a Wednesday, but...
Mr. Hedges, another one has turned out.
Another what?
Out in the car park. A Cadillac looks like.
A what?
So, now there is Cadillacs and 2x4s and all sorts out there. And men all standing and talking.
Just a minute,
So
Sophie.
tell to them. Don't be asking me.
There are cars in the car park.
Yes?
But no one in the restaurant.
No, and there is van also. Big, black one. So what for a van, eh?
I don't know.
Me neither.
Well, why did they come in, these people?
Not people. Men. I thought they are staying out there because we was closed, but no.
Closed?
I say to Mr. Warwick,
We're not
I thought we
closed.
was closed, but he says closed to public only. Yes, Zofia, but not to these ones.
Oh, no. Surely he hasn't.
These ones is membership ones. Special
We don't
members.
have membership ones. Who are these people? I hurry over to the nearest window that overlooks the car park. Oh, my God. A gang of them. Standing around, smoking, lounging against a range of ostentatious cars and a big black van. And all talking in the most disturbing, sidelong, furtive way imaginable. They look like hyenas, like criminal hyenas. And they're gathering outside my front door.
There's something wonderfully appealing about Londoners. So colourful and vivid.
Gentlemen, welcome to Warwick's.
It makes you think, hello, there's fun to be had here, this is different. And more than fun too. I have a feeling that if I'm accepted by these people, and there's every sign I will be...
Warwick, Mr. Mulloway! Yes, good to see you again.
Let me show you to your tables.
Oh, no, don't bother, we'll find out.
No, I insist.
No, you won't. You won't do that. We sorted this out on the phone, Warwick, remember?
Yes, but...
You remember that? You shut the side rooms and we have the big dining room to ourselves.
Yes, I know, but...
Which means no staff. I order the food, you bring it to the door, you ring a bell, we suspend business while you dish the plates out. That was the arrangement, was it not?
Yes.
Well, let's keep it like that. What soup you got?
Soup? Well, we have turkey and chestnut, or mutton...
Sweet. I'll have the turkey and nuts. Followed by...
Well, there's the lamb with the seafood stuffing.
Nice.
Which Jack does particularly
Soup,
well.
then lamb.
Oh, you don't want...
No.
What about the others?
Soup, then lamb.
They've already told you?
Already told me. Yes, very good, very good.
A man who exudes confidence. What I'd give to sit in on those meetings. The secrets, the delicious secrets.
Bernard! Get emptying those machines, will you? Plates, racked first.
Right, sir. Jack, you've heard...
I've got nothing to say to you.
Don't be a complete tart, Jack. This is excellent news.
Excellent. First, I hear the restaurant's closed.
It was never closed.
And then there's 20 petty criminals massed in the car park.
That's Marcia, I'm afraid. She was supposed to clear it with you.
We are not prepared for this.
Anyway, they're not criminals, and 23 is very good for a Wednesday midday.
You knew they were coming, didn't you?
It is also a very straightforward order. They all want the same.
What?
Turkey and chestnut soup, followed by the lamb.
With the crab stuffing?
Yes.
That's not on the menu. Zofia, we'll need extra cutlery.
Okay, Chief. Where is Cuttle, brother?
I know it's not on the menu, but they asked especially.
We haven't got the crabs.
Well, you'll have to improvise then, won't you? Anything fishy would do.
You need this open on as well.
We managed to get through, somehow. Not all the lamb was lamb, but no one said anything. Things have at last quietened down in the kitchen, so I've stepped outside to take a few deep breaths. Who's there?
Hello?
Sophia. What are you doing there? She's lurking in a bush at the edge of the car park.
Just looking, Mr. Hedges.
What at?
The cars. The cars of the men.
Well, I'd be careful if I was you.
Not so noise, please.
They might come out at any moment.
Yes, but I have to see what is in the van.
I don't think that's wise.
No, Mr. Hedges say so. The other Mr. Hedges.
Oh, did he?
He say I am not on tables, they don't want me. So, go and find out. And I did went just now, but window is too up high.
Probably just as well.
But If you are lifting me...
Oh, no, Sophia, I don't think so.
Then I can see.
If they come out and find us snooping about...
Follow me.
Sophia! Just be quick, will you?
I can't see. Oh, you're wobbling me.
I'm not stopping you all afternoon.
Wait. Oh.
What is it?
Have a guess.
Sophia!
Okay, I'll tell you. It's a doggy.
What?
A doggy. A brown doggy.
What's it doing?
Nothing. It's asleep. Doggy.
Sophia, don't.
Doggy.
Don't wake it up.
Oh, hello, doggy.
We just about make it to the bushes as Mulloway comes out. He still has his napkin tucked in at his throat. I watch him stride over to the van.
Shut it, Nero! Shut it!
Moments later, all the others are also out. The geezers, blinking in the afternoon light, and heading for the cars. Thank goodness for that. Let's hope we never see them again.
Does it matter what they talk about, Dad? Really?
Surely I've earned the right to know.
They're businessmen. They talk business.
So why can't they talk business to me?
They turn up every other Wednesday. They have done for a couple of months now. They have a meal.
Behind closed doors.
Then they all get in their cars and drive off, and that's it.
In fact, that's not it, Marcia.
What more do you need to know?
There's the black van, for the start. They always bring a black van.
A black van.
And where do they go when they finish here?
Back to London, I suppose?
No, not back to London. They go out of the lane and they turn right. Not left, right. Into the Fens. Why should they do that?
Does it matter?
It does to me. I want to know.
Well, they don't want you to know, Dad, do they? And if you've got any sense, you won't even ask.
I dread Wednesday afternoons now. I get this terrible sense of foreboding when I hear their motors roaring into the car park. Their motors. Top motor, mate. And we're always stretched because we never know what they're going to choose. And when they do, they all have the same thing. I try to have nothing to do with them. Only today, I don't have much choice. There's no sign of Dad. He's off ferreting around the Fens for recipes or playing cards in some back room somewhere. So today, I have to do this.
Hello? What's this?
Rabbit and bacon pie, seasoned with lemon and thyme.
I mean, where's Warwick?
Warwick?
I wasn't expecting...
He can't make it.
I wasn't expecting a substitute. The rule is we have the place to ourselves.
Yes, I'm sorry. He had to...
These gentlemen part with a considerable amount of wedge for the right sort of hospitality.
Well, unfortunately, we didn't know ourselves.
OK,
until...
park the trolley. We'll deal with it. Kenneth, Stravinsky, pass the nosh down, all right?
Yes, boss. All right.
I'll have a word with Warwick later. When you see him, tell him.
And he ushers me out of the dining room. Out of my own dining room. I think I'll have a word with Warwick later, too.
Gentlemen, I trust there'll be no delay in you lot getting yourselves outside the pie. Compliments of the management. Yeah, no, it's a sweet place, this. Part of the real old England and more or less off the map. Which for our purposes is also sweet. I hope it puts you all in a mood for our postprandial entertainment. Remember, there's a great deal of money to be won. A very great deal of... Stravinsky, take a look under that table, will you?
Oh, my leg.
Well, well, well. My old mate Warwick.
Yes, back of my leg.
All right, Strav, bring him over here. Go easy. I'm sure he has a perfectly good explanation for being under a table.
Well, I have, actually, yes.
I certainly hope so, my friend, because if not...
What?
I'd feel obliged to register my disappointment for educational purposes.
Oh, educational.
To teach you a lesson.
As a matter of fact, I can see where I might have quite accidentally gone wrong.
The pain you just alluded to in the back of your leg.
The cramp.
Can you imagine it located elsewhere in your body?
Elsewhere?
In several different places? And multiplied 3, 4, 5 times? If you can, you'll have some inkling of the intensity of my disappointment.
I see. Yes. The man is subhuman, Jack.
You're telling me this?
He has this smarmy, oh-so-quiet voice, but in actual fact he's more or less psychopathic.
Really?
Teetering on the very edge. Will you stop doing that? My life's been threatened and you're chopping parsley? He threatened me, Jack. He threatened me.
You were under the table, Dad. What did you expect?
Someone had to find out what they're up to.
What?
You weren't doing anything.
What?
I feel badly let down, Jack, by both of you.
Both?
Marcia was pushing Mull away from the very start.
I don't believe this.
Oh, look at the cut of his coat. Did you see that car?
Just a minute.
I said, Marcy, look at the man. He's practically got criminal tattooed on his forehead. I said, you have got to discuss this with Jack. And did you talk her out of it? No, you did not. Your own father, Jack. You put your own father in the line of fire.
You gave them exclusive use of the restaurant. You made the deal.
What am I going to do? The things he said.
Yes.
The things he said he'd do. What am I going to do?
Well, you can cancel the booking for a start.
No, I can't. I sort of hinted at that. Mulloway wasn't having anything to do with it.
Well, that's ridiculous. It's not up to him.
I think it is, Jack. He likes coming here.
It's all right, Dad. Don't worry. I'll think of something. What can I do, though? I can't really confront Mulloway, can I?
No?
I don't think he'd take much notice.
Of course. It's nothing to do with me. But if it was, I'd find out a bit more about them.
Well, like what?
Like what they get up to when they leave here.
Yes, but where do they go?
Out across Mardle Fen.
Well, I know that. But I can't follow them, can I?
No.
Out in the middle of the fen? They'd see me.
Not if you was out there first, waiting for them.
But where?
Ah.
This is no help, Samuel, if I don't know where they actually are.
Temporary barn. Out by Ferrismere.
What?
A barn. I should try that if I was you.
So, while Mulloway and his crew were still tackling the rabbit pie, I came out here, beyond Mardle Fen to Ferrismere. In fact, it's not a mere at all, not anymore. Just a low, flat, uncultivated field, bordered on two sides by a couple of long ditches, and on another by the old Sutting drain. I don't suppose Mulloway likes that very much. Water on 3 sides. But maybe he hasn't realized. The Sutting drain is higher than the level of the surrounding fields. If you didn't know, you'd probably think it was a road. There's something oppressive about this landscape. It's hardly human. You get the odd farm building, but that always looks lost to me, as if it's got no real reason to be out here. You're encircled by this long, straight horizon, and there's a heaviness hanging over everything. If you're out here late, when the light's draining away, you feel as if you might stumble into something, some living thing, elemental and inhuman, some sort of part life that belongs out here in a way that I never can. I parked in the shade of the hedge, against Reader Carey's cottage. There was no sign of Reader, and I walked to the mere from there, about a mile across the fields and over a footbridge. The mere's fenced off, and there are men standing around at the entrances. Some by the gate on the main road, and a couple by a stile in the corner on the field side. Big barn at one end of the field. I've been standing here, looking at all this, trying to work out what's going on.
Stay there!
One of them's caught sight of me.
Who are you with?
What?
Who are you with? What party?
Oh, Mr. Mulloway. I've come ahead.
Go on then.
So I carry on, not knowing why I'm here or what I intend to do. I climb the stile and walk towards the barn. There are cars parked everywhere. Men standing around and talking. There are lots of dogs about. Dogs in the back of vans. Squat, thick-set dogs standing solidly in the field, straining against leashes. My God. I know what all this is about. The remoteness of the place. The number of dogs.
Tyson, hold!
A man in a flat hat is jerking the dog back on a chain, holding it with both hands. His mate leans into a car and pulls something wrapped in white paper from the front seat. He throws the paper aside. It's a piece of meat. He flaps it about and slaps it up and down on the turf, just out of reach, and the dog goes mad.
Here, drink this.
Thanks.
I still don't understand what they were doing out there.
Fighting. At least the dogs were.
Fighting?
Get the dogs riled up.
Put them in a ring?
Oh, Jack, that's awful.
Yes.
It's unbelievably cruel. Surely it's not legal.
Of course not.
Then why were you there?
I told you to see if I could learn something about Mulloway.
Well, you certainly did that.
To save your skin, I wish I'd never bothered.
Oh, that's nice.
You actually saw this, did you?
Not the fights, no. The field got fairly crowded. Men shouting and waving wads of cash around, and dogs pulling on leads and not knowing what was going on, and then they all began to head for the barn. And that's when I managed to slip away.
They didn't notice?
Nearly. I tried to run and almost skidded over, slipped in the mud. It was getting wet underfoot, which was odd, because it was dry enough when I went
Did you see Mulloway?
Oh, yes. Nothing was going to start till he turned up.
I still can't take this in. They actually put these dogs together and...
They do. To the death.
It's barbaric. It's like the Middle Ages.
There's a lot of money in it.
They bet on dogs?
The field was swilling with it.
They bet on their lives?
Actually, you could see there was something missing in Mulloway, a dead look in his eyes. I've come across it before.
Really?
Oh, in certain members of the criminal fraternity, most definitely.
So why invite him into the restaurant?
Well, he was a guest like anyone else.
Never mind who asked him in. This is cruel and illegal. You have to go to the police.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Definitely, Jack, you have to.
No, tell them what you've seen.
They'd know, Marcy. Mulloway would know.
It's your duty, Jack.
He'd know who informed.
Does that matter? You're in a position to stop this.
Dad, you were hiding under the table while they had their meeting. If anyone informs on them, they'll come straight to you.
Me?
And then what are they going to do?
What?
Mulloway gave you a pretty good idea of the sort of measures he'd take.
Then you can't say anything.
But if something's wrong...
It's you they know.
You have to say.
No.
You have to tell the police, Jack.
Marcia, for pity's sake, can't you hear what he's saying?
The police wouldn't let anyone harm you.
Wouldn't let? You soppy tart. Mulloway won't be stopped.
It's cruel. Somebody has to make a stand.
Well, yes, fine. You do it, Marcia. Because I'm telling you now, I won't. How can you possibly suggest such a thing?
Jack won't implicate you, will he?
You think not?
Jack?
I'm the one they'll deal with. If Jack grasses them up, I'm the one who'll end up with his feet in concrete at the bottom of the Sutting drain.
No, Dad.
But you don't care, do you? No, this is appalling. My own children jostling each other to hand me over to criminals.
Don't be ridiculous.
And does it worry you? Not a jot.
Dad.
I expect you'd laugh. You'd stand on the bank and laugh to see my carcass floating down the river to the wash.
You wouldn't float if your feet were in concrete.
Your only father, huh? Yeah. Who sacrificed wealth and career for the pair of you.
Dad, that's not going to happen.
King Lear didn't know when he was well off.
All right. I won't do it.
What?
I won't go to the police.
But Jack...
I can't, can I?
Of course he can't.
And what about what's going on out there on Ferrismere?
We say nothing. We have no choice.
But what they're doing is wrong.
And what they do to me would be worse. It must never happen. Anyway, there is an alternative.
What?
The next time they come here, they go through for their lunch as usual, and we poison them.
Poison them?
Something gets into the food. Something off the fed.
Oh, yes, why not?
It's the sort of thing that could happen.
You can't poison them, Dad.
He's lost his grip. He's finally lost his grip.
It could very easily happen.
And what do we do with 23 corpses?
No, look, if you tell the police, surely Mulloway will be arrested. And he can't harm anyone if he's under arrest.
Yes, he can. Of course he can. Mulloway knows every thug and villain between here and Leytonstone. All he has to do is put in a call.
Well, we know people, don't we? We've got influence.
Have we?
There's the university. David could speak to someone on our behalf.
Marcia, you have no idea. You think some doddery Burke in a motorboat is going to put the frighteners on a man like Mulloway?
He's right. We're powerless. There really is nothing we can do. Of course, there is something I can do. I know it, and I can see from the look she gave me that Marcia knows it too. At the end of a day, I usually like to sit for a moment in the kitchen, on my own. Just sit there while the surfaces are all clean and the room's quiet and ready for the next day. Peaceful. But tonight, there's no peace. I've got a drink, and I'm sitting on the bench outside the back door, overlooking Mardle Fen.
Jack, is that you?
Hello, Marcy.
It's nearly 2. What you doing?
Oh, not much. Listening to the wind, looking at the sky. You want to join me?
I've been thinking.
And?
Well, I think you're right. We can't really risk it, can we? We can't risk what they might do to Dad.
We don't have to, do we?
That's what I'm saying. Weighing one thing against another.
No, Marcy, you know what I mean. We don't have to put Dad at risk. I can make it perfectly clear to the police and to Mulloway that it was me. I found out what they were doing, not Dad.
Yes, that crossed my mind too.
So if Mulloway doesn't like it, he'd come to me.
And then I thought, no. No, I don't want you to do that.
I don't want to either.
Then don't.
Don't?
I know what they're doing is wrong, Jack. But please, let someone else take this on.
Who? Anyone else is going to face the same problem. You take the risk and go to the police, or you do nothing. I was out there at Ferrismere. I saw it. I can't pretend I didn't, not even to myself. So that's what I have to do. Tomorrow morning. Make the call.
Thing is, Mr. Hedges, the fishing man is coming this afternoon.
I can't deal with this at the moment, Sophie.
No, but there is fishes on the menu. How are we going to cook fishes before the fishing man comes?
Later.
Jack?
Dad. Sorry, I didn't know you were here.
I have to be somewhere, Jack.
Yes, I know.
I realise that as far as you're concerned, you'd rather that was almost anywhere else.
Dad, I didn't
So I'll just take my bits and pieces.
Dad, no one...
And get out of your way.
I told you, didn't I? You'll be all right. You have nothing to fear.
There was a moment, a definite moment, when it was very much in the balance.
What?
Me or the dogs? You had to think about it, the pair of you.
No.
I hardly got a wink of sleep, Jack, remembering that. I'll leave you to it.
Oh, for pity's sake. Look, Dad...
Afternoon, Mr. Hedges.
Oh, Samuel.
Damp old morning.
I thought you,
The other Mr. Hedges, yes, I just saw him. Have you got a minute?
No, I haven't, I'm sorry.
Half a minute, if that.
What's the matter with everyone this morning? I need a moment on my own with the telephone. Is that all right? I mean, do I have your permission?
I see.
To make a call on my own phone in my own office?
Only I thought you'd like to know.
A call, incidentally, which I'd really rather not... Know what?
Lately I've been to see an old friend of mine, Reader Carey.
Reader? Why would I want to know about him?
Well, he's a very interesting man, Reader is. Has a cottage on the edge of Mardle Fen.
I know, I've seen it.
Somewhat between that and Ferrismere. You know how things shift out there, Mr. Hedges. Sometimes it seems it's on Mardle Fen, and sometimes by Ferrismere. But he do live up against the sluices.
Does he?
He do.
Why are you telling me this?
Well, Reader's noticed a fair bit of activity out there lately.
Activity?
In the rivers and so forth. He has a very particular eye for rivers. For instance, he'll watch for a build-up of algae.
Algae?
On warm days. That's nasty stuff. Algae goes floating down the river like a big island. Cause all sort of muck and nonsense if you don't look out for it. You see what I'm getting at?
I'm not sure I do.
Sometimes you have to get rid of it. And one way you can do that is by keeping the old drain flowing. by opening or closing the sluices, you see. Them sluices is very useful for getting rid of stuff you don't want, just by opening them or closing them. If Reader chooses to close them long enough, he can flood the fields.
Flood the... You mean...
Some fields. A lot up there by Ferris Mere can be very useful to flood the fields now and again.
And has he...
I went out yesterday morning to see old Reader, and I said to him, Reader, I'm not sure, but there's something wrong with the flow in the Sutton drying. You might want to close them sluices for a while. What do you think?
And what did he think?
He thought he'd best be on the safe side.
And?
And flood the fields.
So, Ferris Mere?
Under water at the moment, I'm afraid. He's a very important man out there on the Fens, is Reader Carey. A man of very considerable influence. Not everyone thinks so, Mr. Hedges. But they're mistaken if they fail to see it.
Apparently, late yesterday afternoon, someone heard a strange trickling sound. He stepped out of the barn, and water slopped over a two-toned shoe. And that was the first anyone knew about it. At that stage, it was only a few inches deep. But it was enough to throw them all into a panic, especially Mulloway.
What's that? Walter, we're surrounded! Get out of here now! Stravinsky, get me out of here!
Couldn't stand it, you see. The proximity of water, closing in on him. It terrified him.
Canners, I want that car brought here now! No!
The field was slick with mud and slime. Very difficult to keep your footing. And the water kept rising. The quicker ones paddled out of the barn to their cars and drove straight off into the dusk, straight through fences, some of them, up onto the road and away. And Mulloway wasn't so quick, poor man. Kenneth and Stravinsky tried to maneuver him into the car, but he was really quite slippery by then. Sometime on Friday, a girl with an East End accent phoned to cancel the booking for the Wednesday dining club. And we haven't seen Mulloway since.
Welcome to Warwick.
Very remote.
You underestimate the Fens at your peril. A leader among men, someone of power and influence, can so easily be brought low by a place like Mardle Fen. As I often tell my dining guests.
Yes, it's a dark and horrible place, but I'm deeply fond of it. Come along.
In Top Dog, the first part of On Mardle Fen by Nick Warburton, Warwick was played by Trevor Peacock, Jack by Sam Dale, Marcia by Kate Buffery, and Samuel by John Rowe. Zofia was played by Helen Longworth, Mulloway by Malcolm Tierney, and Bernard by Paul Ryder. The director was Claire Grove.
Mardle Fen is a watery place on the driest of days. There's always a feeling that water's not very far away. A ditch behind the bank, a swamp beneath the cracked soil at your feet. On days like this, though, it's everywhere. I'm rather fond of it, I must say. I love watching water wash down the windows and great columns of tumbling rain drift across the fen. The sky is seeping into the land. Glorious. Mind you, it can be a beggar if you want to get anywhere.
No.
Oh, what do you mean, no?
How can I take you, Dad? Look at the weather.
Rain? Why should that stop us?
Bernard! Yes, sir. Fried bread for the woodcock.
Hands on, chef.
Thank you. You can't get through. The store's swollen to its banks, and Ferris Prior... You said Ferris Prior?
Yes, I know.
It can't be reached.
Oh, pooh.
It can't. All approaches are flooded. They always do.
Pants, Jack.
You'd be daft to try.
A pile of frilled pants. They say flooded. What they mean is surface water.
Why do you want to go?
I am on a quest.
Oh, no.
I've got a meeting with a man out there.
I know your quest.
A man called Dutch at the Willow Basket, an eel catcher of the old school. And the eels around Ferris Prior are wonderfully succulent.
More than the one Samuel gets?
Jack, this chap has a shed, and he smokes them himself. Fens smoked eels. Imagine that. Eh?
But if we can't get through, we can't get through, can we? You'll have to wait.
Or ask Marcia. I'm a little reluctant to do that because she's only just given me a lift back from a card school I sometimes attend in town. 3 a.m, and she was a bit bleary, poor girl. She thought I'd been sitting at the bedside of poor old Tommy, an ailing friend. A little white porky, I'm afraid. But she'd never come for me if she thought I was playing cards.
Of course, you can hardly tell on the Fens. Out here, it's like water off a duck's back.
But was there something you wanted?
Me? No. Why?
Because I'm looking at catalogues, stainless steel tables.
I just popped in for
which
a
Jack
chat.
says we need to replace.
Remarking on the weather to my daughter. The pleasure of her company, you know. But if I'm in the way...
No, I didn't say that.
If I'm blocking vital stainless steel tableware...
Dad.
Have you actually seen it, Marcy?
What?
The rain. Have you seen what they're saying about it?
No.
Oh.
What are they saying?
Well, not a great deal, in fact. Although one of the weather blokes was saying something about how absorbent it is, Mardle Fen. How remarkably well it soaks it all up, you know.
Really?
Yes. You wouldn't happen to be free this afternoon, would you, Marcia?
This is terrible, Dad.
They're only puddles.
Weren't there warnings issued?
I didn't hear anything. Did you hear anything?
Oh, this isn't looking at all good. Most of the surrounding fields are underwater, a great expanse of dull silver. And I know the approach to Ferris Prior is on a road which dips before you get to it, so...
Whoa! Look out!
Clump of trees, a sharpish corner, and we're in the water before I realise what's happening.
What did you do that for?
It's a flood, Dad. I couldn't help it.
You should have kept going, you twerp.
Heck, it's a lake. We've more or less driven straight into a lake.
We could have gone through that.
What are we going to do?
With ease.
No.
You either stop or you plough through. You don't park in the middle.
Dad? Look.
There's a child standing on the raised bank, leaning against the hedge and looking at us.
She's thin and slight, and she stands like a child, but her face is tired and grey. A face from a different age, like an old photograph or something. She's got a little coat on, far too little. There's blue cardigans sticking out at the sleeves. And her hair's wet, like flattened straw.
Goodness knows where she's come from. She's suddenly just there beside us.
Are you all right?
I'm okay.
Are you stuck? Do you want some help?
Be careful, Marcy.
What do you mean?
A weird-looking kid, middle of nowhere.
She's not weird.
Not? Look at her. She looks like Quentin Crisp.
Don't be unkind.
She does, the face, anyway.
Stuck out here in the pouring rain. The least we can do is see if she wants anything. But she doesn't. She doesn't want anything. She asks if we want anything in a little cracked voice I can't quite understand at first.
You want Ferris Prior?
Yes, we do. Have you any idea how we might get there?
You'll have to walk.
Because if we do, apparently the only thing for it is to get out and walk.
Walk?
She's probably right.
You've landed us in a flood, Marcia. We're almost completely submerged.
You wanted to get to Ferris Prior.
Yes, by car, and if we'd taken it at speed...
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I'm not getting out.
But really, there's not much choice. We can't just sit here. It's still raining, and if the levels rise any more... It's all right. It's fine. It's very disconcerting getting out into water, brown water, and you can't see where you're stepping. But the little girl is perfectly calm. We just do what she tells us.
Stay by the hedge.
The strange kid says her name's Chloe, but she doesn't say much else. We follow her along fences and hedges. Very peculiar journey, very peculiar, squelching along in single file, soaking wet and with mud clodding our feet. The Fen kid in front, Marcia following the kid, me following Marcia. Oh, this is mad, this is...
Be quiet, Dad.
What about the car? People will come along, and it'll look like the Marie Celeste abandoned. And no one will ever find us.
She obviously knows what she's doing. We're perfectly safe. But I'm not sure. I'm not at all sure we're safe. After a while...
My God!
What?
Over there! Look! Behind the willows.
It's the squat tower of St. Peter's, at the heart of Ferris Prior.
But it can't be. How could we have...
She knew the way. I knew she did.
Yes, but you have to cross the river to get to the village, don't you?
Well, yes. I suppose so.
Well, can you remember crossing the river?
I can't. But apparently we have. We must have done.
Come on!
Oh, all right!
So we walk round the side of the church, and we're on solid ground, the high street. And there's the willow basket just ahead of us, in the middle of a row of 5 cottages. You'd hardly know it's the pub if it didn't have the sign. We're where we want to be, and the rain's stopped. I look round to thank Chloe, but she's slipped away.
Right then, to the pub.
Where did she go?
No idea.
Poor little mite.
Why?
Well, so skinny and... I don't know. I just felt sorry for her.
She's a child of the Fens, Marcy. They do things differently out here. Are you coming?
No, I'll walk round the village a bit, I think.
Well, that won't take you very long. Mr. Dutch. Ah, there you are.
Dutch.
Pardon?
Dutch, not Mr. Dutch.
Oh, I see. I'm Warwick Hedges. You perhaps don't remember. We met in the shop at Stone Langley.
I remember.
Yes. I said I'd come out here and see you, and, well, here I am.
Right.
He's at the shadowy end of the pub, his elbow wedged from the bar. He wears a waistcoat and a mud-coloured flat hat. Flinty little eyes. No laughter, not even a smile about him. To oil the wheels a bit, I tell him about our strange journey and how we were guided to the village by a child. Weird, though. Grubby little Fenland water baby plodding along in front of us.
That'd be Chloe.
Chloe?
My daughter.
Oh, well, this is what I'm saying, Dutch. She was really helpful. I don't know how we'd have got through without her.
So what you after then?
Dad's right. It doesn't take long to look round the village. I don't fancy joining him in the pub, though, so I turn back to take a look inside the church, and there's Chloe again, across the street, watching me.
Mrs.
Chloe?
You want a cup of tea?
Lovely. I don't, but I say yes anyway, and she leads me through a gap between 2 houses, across a couple of back gardens, to her cottage. It's narrow and gloomy. There's a bead screen between the main room and the kitchen. Chloe goes to get the kettle, which for some reason is upstairs.
Sit you down, missus.
In one corner there's a stack of sharpened stakes and yellow-grey baskets for the eels, I suppose, and a line of wrinkled pelts nailed to a batten on the wall. The smell of river mud about everything. A huge television at one end of the room, playing to no one. A mattress on the floor at the other end. It's all so chaotic. Cigarettes stubbed out in mugs, drink cans rolled against the sides of armchairs, but on the mattress there are sheets, neatly folded. So I imagine the mattress is Chloe's.
I got him.
She carries the kettle through the bead curtain and rinses a couple of mugs at the sink.
Someone had to come and tow the car out of the flood. We had to get a lift back to the restaurant, but it's all been well worth it.
Don't you think so, Marcia?
If we'd let the weather dictate, we might have missed out on this entirely. I sampled some of his smoked eel, by the way. Told him I'd think about it. Actually, though, it's superb, and he's a brilliant source of supply, but... Marcia. Are you with us?
Sorry, Dad.
I was telling you about Dutch's eels.
Yes, I heard.
Did you? His daughter's the one who showed us how to get through the flood.
Yes, I know.
Do you? How was the village?
Oh, you were right. Not much to see, really.
Right. There's a stool tucked under that bench if you want to sit down.
Oh, thank you, yes. Oh.
You can tip that on the floor.
What is it?
Here, I'll shove it in the corner there. Sit down. Can I get you something?
No, thank you, Samuel. I'm fine.
Right. Well, in that case, how can I help you?
Yes, well, I thought you might know something about Ferris Prior.
Yes? Ferris Prior?
Yes.
Well, what for?
Well, I went out there yesterday with Dad. I was curious.
Well, I know something.
And Dad was talking to a man called Dutch. Do you know anything about him?
Dutch? Not a great deal, but then nobody does.
Is there a Mrs. Dutch?
Not anymore. She run off to King's Lynn. Couldn't stand the life.
The life?
Eels, rabbits, that sort of thing. Learned all that off his old dad. I remember him all right.
What was he like?
Vicious old devil. Used to lay into Dutch when he was a lad. There was a big row in the village about it years ago.
About the way he treated his son?
That's right. The parson didn't like it and said so. He got 5 years for that.
Dutch's father? What for?
What he did to the parson. Very old family, though, Dutch. They go right back to the Slodgers.
Slodgers?
Yes.
Now, who are they?
Kind of fen folk from the olden times. Of course, it was mostly bogs and swamp in them days. So they built banks round the land to keep the water out. But you can't entirely keep water out, can you?
No?
Well, you can't. That you can't. It gets into you.
So, it got into the Slodgers?
Developed very watery ways, the Slodgers did. Ate what come off the water or out of it, no matter what. Knew their way about and all. Through the water, over the water, round the water.
Yes, well, that makes sense.
How's that?
Someone out there guided us through the floods.
Dutch, was it?
No, not Dutch, his little girl, but she seemed quite at ease surrounded by all that water.
Well, that's about it. Quite at ease. Web-footed, some will tell you.
And Dutch is one of these Slodgers, you think?
Oh, no. There's no true Slodgers now, not since it was all drained and made respectable. But Dutch, oh, I'd say he has the heart of a Slodger still.
Tidy as you go, people, please.
If that's aimed at me, Jack, just say so.
I mean, everyone.
Colleen, a word for the potatoes.
What, Chef?
Today's potatoes, what do we want?
Oh, floury, Chef.
Floury, Chef, what do we want?
Floury, Chef.
Thank you, friends. Don't move that, Jack. I'm using that.
It needs washing.
No, it doesn't.
It's right in the way there.
Leave it. Go and pester someone else, you butter.
Have you got a moment, Jack?
I'm working, Marcia.
It won't take long.
What won't take long? Jack, bring me that pan.
Won't be a moment.
Now. I need it now.
I can see it's not really a good time.
No, it's not.
So I'll leave you to it. I only wanted you to know.
What?
So you can be thinking.
About what, Marcia?
About Chloe.
Who?
The little girl who showed us through the flood. I've been thinking about her.
The Fen kid?
It's not right.
What? What isn't right?
The way things are, the kind of life she has.
Kind of life we don't know.
I do.
We don't know about her life.
We do. We know enough.
What? What do we know?
Enough to do something about it.
We can't do... Marcia! Marcia!
So what's troubling you, Dad?
It's this kid we met when I went out to see Dutch.
When was that?
I told you yesterday. Here, have another one.
So, this is Dutch, is it?
Yes, he's the father, I just said.
From Ferris Prior?
Yes, keep up, Jack.
Well, you said you weren't going.
Oh, did I?
Well, I wouldn't take you because all the approaches were flooded.
Yes.
And it was dangerous, so you said you wouldn't go.
Oh. Well, this is the point, really.
Is it?
About Marcia. She's slipping her marbles, Jack, don't you think?
She is?
I was out with Marcia, just tootling along, and she more or less insisted on going to Ferris Prior. I said, I don't think this is wise, Marcy, bearing in mind all this rain. But you know what she's like when she gets her teeth into something? Completely unrealistic.
I don't believe you.
She is. She's always been like that.
I don't believe a word.
And of course the damn car got stuck.
What?
Her and her causes. She has this absolutely balmy scheme about Dutch's kid, and what are we going to do about it?
Dad, Marcia is old enough to run her own life.
Nothing to do with old enough. She's always been like it. You know she has, when she was a kid.
Yeah, I suppose so. Like the goldfish. Do you remember the goldfish?
Well, exactly. The goldfish. When she was about 10, Marcia became obsessed with the goldfish in the pond we had at the back. I used to watch her from the kitchen window, squatting at the edge of the pond, all on her own, staring at the fish, holding her hair out of her eyes with the palm of her hand, the way she always did.
Exactly. And you might recall that we all had to stand round that pond like a collection of prime buttocks and pray for those blessed goldfish.
Oh, yes.
Well, this is the same. We have to do something about it, she says.
About what?
This kid. We have to do something, you notice?
There's nothing we can do.
Well, exactly. You need to talk to her, Jack.
Me?
It's better coming from you.
But Marcy's not daft. She'll know we can't do anything. Don't you think it's better to let her realise that herself?
No. I think you ought to have a word.
You don't mind me saying? I mean, it's not really my business.
Isn't it?
Well, I wasn't there. I didn't see.
But you don't have to see. You can imagine, can't you?
Well...
And that filthy cottage, a child looking after herself, trying to look after him, completely ignored.
Yes, but even so...
Completely. She's thin. She can't be eating properly. And there are great big shadows under her eyes.
But...
It's no home for her, Jack. There are no toys, no little furry animals. Nothing childlike.
But if there's not much money about...
It's nothing to do with money. It's to do with love. There's no love in that place. No comfort.
How sure are you of that, though?
You know what worries me?
What?
That we ignore this and something happens to her. You know what I mean?
You can't possibly say...
I couldn't bear that.
Look, is she... Does he hit her?
Probably.
He does?
I don't know. It's in the family. His father used to hit him.
Are there...
No, I don't think so. I can't be sure.
Because in that case...
That's not it, though, is it?
I think it probably is.
It's not just whether she has bruises.
Because without evidence, you can't really do anything.
So we have to accept that? A child unloved, quite possibly in danger?
That's not against the law, is it? The law doesn't say someone should be loved.
People can try, can't they? They can try to put things right.
Yes, of course, Marcy, but how?
I don't know.
What actually can you do?
Well, I can talk to Dr. Main.
Is she their doctor?
I suppose so, but...
Because she won't be able to do anything either.
Or talk to the father. I mean, talk directly to him.
No, Marcy.
Face him with it. What it's like for Chloe out
No,
there.
you can't do that.
Because maybe he needs
No.
help. Maybe he's never thought about it.
Please promise me you won't do that. People don't like it. You go around telling them how to behave.
It wouldn't be that.
He might think so. Dutch might see it exactly like that. Look, the fact is, you've got an impression. You haven't got any solid evidence. And without evidence, you can't do anything. You might even make things worse with the little girl. Have you thought of that? Don't you think that's a possibility? You have to be so careful over things like this, especially these days. You have to think it all through. Marcy?
Yes, I see what you mean.
For everyone's sake, including the little girl.
Her name's Chloe. So, basically, you're saying do nothing.
Not nothing, no. I'm saying be careful and certainly don't talk to Dutch.
Right.
Maybe do what you said. Have a word with Dr. Main in confidence. That's not nothing. Okay. Try again.
Pig stew salad.
No.
No, celery.
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 No, I mean celeriac.
You got it wrong.
Yes,
Oh, you
but-
see, it's not so easy.
No, Sophie, it is easy. That was just a slip.
Oh, why not cook all old things, Mr. Jack? People like the old things.
Because I like doing new things. It's what we do here. I cook them. All you have to do is pronounce them.
Pronounce?
Yes, and you're a bright girl, Sophia.
Thank you.
It's just that this is a bit of a blip for you.
Blip?
Pronouncing things, yes.
And blip is...
No, never mind. Just try it again.
Right. Okay. Pig stew salad.
No.
No, celery. Celeriac.
No, it's not pig stew. Listen. Listen to me. Stewed pigeon with puree of celeriac and potato. Stewed pigeon with puree of celeriac and potato. And there it is. Look, written on the menu.
Yes.
You can always look on the menu.
I like to remember.
Well, that's good, yes. So.
Okay. Stewed pig with parle...
No, not
yes,
pig.
I know, punk.
Punk?
The proper word is punk.
No, it's not. It's not ponk. It's pork.
Pork?
Of course.
Oh. So, let me see. Stewed pork with parle...
No.
Punk?
Pigeon. It's a bird. It's got wings.
Greetings, everyone. Hello, sir. Hello, Sophia, my treasure.
Hello, Mr. Hedges.
You're looking practically edible this morning.
Thank you very much. I go away and try by myself.
Yes, please do that.
Stewed bird with celery... parle. With parle of celery...
Look at that, Isn't she wonderful?
Incredible.
Yeah. Have you seen Marcia lately?
Not this morning. Why?
She's not in the office. You had a word with her, did you?
I did, yes.
You didn't upset her or anything?
Me?
You weren't too hard on her?
No. We talked it through, that's all. She might have gone to see Dr. Main.
Dr. Main, did you suggest that?
Well, I thought it might not be a bad idea.
You think she's getting a bit batty then, do you?
No, I mean to talk about her concerns.
This business, though, it's knocked her off the rails a bit, eh?
Well, yeah.
Did she actually listen to you?
I think so, yes. She admitted how impractical it was, getting involved, how, you have to be realistic about what can and can't be achieved.
Well done, well done.
I felt sorry for her, actually.
Well, yes, of course.
She sees something wrong in the world and she wants to change it. I admire that.
Well, maybe Dr. Main will take a surreptitious look at her. Oh, hello, sweetie.
She's come in from outside, and she stands there at the back door, wearing her big black cape.
Sorry, Dad, I can't stop now.
No, that's all right. I was just... Marcy! Marcy!
She crosses the kitchen in this great swirling cloak and goes through to the restaurant. A patter of feet and a muddy trail over the tiles.
What did she have that? I mean, did I just see...
What was that under her
You
cloak?
don't think she's...
Yes. I think perhaps she has.
Oh, no. And of course she has. If there's any doubt about it, you can see the footmarks on the kitchen tiles. A set of biggish ones from Marcia's boots, and next to them another set of much smaller ones.
Oh, he said, she's fine. She admitted how impractical it was to get involved. How you have to be realistic about what can and can't be achieved. What a Lulu. She's not fine, and she's admitted to nothing. What she's actually done is fly straight off a handle, and we have to do something about it.
May I make a plea before we start? For everyone to stay calm about this.
I am calm.
We're not going to get anywhere if we all start ranting.
Quite. And it can be sorted.
It has been.
Everything can be sorted.
I've sorted it, Jack. That's the point.
Sorted? You call this sorted?
I just said so, didn't I?
You total armpit.
Thank you, Dad.
You've kidnapped a child. How is that sorting?
Hang on now, hang on.
When was kidnapped?
No, this is rescue, Dad. Chloe needed help and no one else was offering. They've called a family conference in the small sitting room, although it's not really a conference as far as I can see. It's an interrogation, because I have to sit on the footrest thing and Dad has a high-back chair so he can look down on me. In fact, it isn't really family either. Faye's away at some sales do in Norwich, and David's still in the monastery, and I'm not supposed to get in touch with him. Faye might have supported me. Faye might, anyway.
Give it a rest for a moment, Dad, will you?
We have to come up with what Jack calls a plan of action.
Right. Thank you. Perhaps you can tell us what you were thinking, Marcia.
Thinking?
Dad.
Yes, I can tell you. I was worried about Chloe. I went out to see her.
Mistake number one.
Shut up, Dad.
I just wanted to see her, maybe have a chat, play it by ear. And when I got there, she was alone in the cottage, and there was no electricity. She was trying to make a fire.
Where was Dutch?
She didn't know. Apparently he goes off sometimes 2 or 3 days at a stretch, and she never knows where. So anyway, there was no power in the cottage, and precious little food, and I said, maybe we could go and get some. Which we did. And took it back to the cottage, but there was still no sign of Dutch, and it was getting dark, so
You brought her here?
Yes.
So we could take her back, and she might not even be missed.
What? You think that's a good idea, back there?
What else can we do?
We can think about it.
Too late
properly,
for that.
Because I can't take her back.
We have to. And without stirring up the police, or worse still, involving Dutch and his friends.
Dutch, he's the one who abandoned her.
Why would that be worse?
Why consider him?
Dad, why would it be worse to involve Dutch?
Because he's a law unto himself, Jack. Ask Samuel.
Yes, but... I mean, he wouldn't...
He might, if he was really pissed off.
A law unto himself? You mean he's a bully?
No, hang on.
It doesn't matter what you call
The
it.
only way with bullies is to stand up to
It's
them.
never quite as easy as that.
And not give in.
No, listen.
Sometimes you have to. There's more at stake.
More than the life of a child?
There's this place, for a start, which happens to be my home.
At least you've got one.
Please.
And yours, for that matter.
Please, can we stay calm? There's a child upstairs.
Chloe. Her name is Chloe.
Yes, all right, Marcia. Chloe. Chloe's upstairs now, and we have to do something about it. And the fact is, you brought her here from her home.
Her home?
You brought her here from Ferris Prior without her father's knowledge. I'm assuming you didn't ask.
I couldn't.
But the likelihood is he'll come looking for her, and he'll want her back.
And he'll find her here. Did you think about that?
No.
Exactly.
All I thought was I can't leave her in that cottage.
So what happens when he finds out?
Frankly, Marcy, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? It looks as if you've abducted the child.
That's ridiculous.
Is it? What if Dutch goes to the police? How's he going to look?
We just went to get something to eat.
But you didn't tell anyone. Did you leave a note?
No.
No. We've had a history of this, Marcy, over the years. You getting steamed up and the rest of us left looking like pilchards, holding hands round the pond, praying for a bunch of fish.
What?
When you made us pray for the goldfish and took the netting off the pond so we could see the fish and then forgot about it. And the heron came.
I think it might be best to preempt matters here.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Take Chloe back.
No.
Well, what else?
I don't know.
We have to. Tomorrow morning. Things will get a lot worse for everyone if we don't.
Samuel!
Samuel!
Honoured Mr. Hedges.
I slept appallingly. And when I got up this morning, I felt in need of air, so I've come down to the river, where Samuel's clearing weed along the bank.
How goes it? It'll do for now. You see that punt pole on the bank, Mr. Hedges?
Here?
Swing it this way, will you?
Like this?
That's it. To me. There we are. Oh, thank you very much.
I don't mention it.
You feeling any better now, are you?
Better than what?
Than you was before. I thought you weren't feeling too cheerful.
I don't know what gave you that idea.
No, well, not for me to say otherwise, Mr. Hedges, you're right. But it seemed to me you got snotty with Marcia and you got snotty with Mr. Jack.
Yes,
and what's her name's Ofker. And I'd have said you're not by nature a snotty man.
No, Samuel, you're right. I'm not. I'm not a snotty man.
Of course, it's not for me to say.
It's this Fen kid business.
Right.
I mean, Marcia's a prime lemon for landing it on us like this. Don't you think?
She's mure-hearted. Always was.
I know. I know she is.
Not always a bad thing, though.
It's got under my skin, all this. I mean, we've worked out she has got to go back. And yet...
Yes?
And yet...
What about Chloe?
Yes. You know her name.
Oh, she's been helping me clear the weed.
Sure.
She's a good little worker, like a little water rat. Knows the river bank inside and out.
Helping you? Where is she?
Up there, look.
Where? He points down the bank to a clump of reeds. At first there's no sign, but there's a place where the reed bed's trembling a little. And she's there. Somewhere in the reeds. Swinging a billhook. Are you sure that's safe? A billhook?
Oh, I don't doubt it, Mr. Hedges. Chloe! Come here a minute, will you?
Coming!
She clambers up the bank and gives Samuel a wave. She's not exactly dressed for riverbank maintenance. An old skirt and a pale blue cardigan. She comes towards us, swinging the billhook.
As you say, Mr. Hedges, poor kiddie. It's a shame.
Did I say that?
No, I thought you did.
On she comes, frowning down at the ground, serious. Then she sees something in the grass and bends down to look at it. She drops on her haunches and puts her head on one side, holding the hair out of her eyes with the palm of her hand.
Pig stew. Somebody here is wanting the pig stew.
We meant to take Chloe back first thing this morning, but, well, nothing's gone quite according to plan recently. While Marcia was sorting herself out, Chloe went to look at the riverbank with Samuel, and somehow all that took longer than expected. So now it's after 12, and they're only just ready.
I found one of Imogen's old coats and one or two other bits and pieces. I hope you don't mind.
No, fine.
And I've made a few sandwiches.
Right, so you're ready?
You don't have to come, Jack.
No, it's okay. Dad and Colleen can manage.
I should do this myself.
I don't want you going back there on your own. You never know what...
Where is she? Where is she?
He's come in by the French windows on the riverside.
I know she's here!
He sees Marcia and me standing near the kitchen doors, and he comes towards us, a length of fence post in one hand.
Hedges!
Please, sir, you have books?
It's all right, Sophia. Leave it.
Where's Hedges?
We better go through to the office.
No, you better find him for me.
Look, I think I know why you're here, and we can probably sort this out.
The car was seen. Same car got stuck in the flood.
That was mine.
Marcia, please.
Yours?
Yes, I met your daughter on Monday.
So where is she now?
She's perfectly safe.
What's she doing here? She's mine! My kid. No one else.
Why don't you put that thing down? We can't really talk.
What's she been telling you?
Hey, we're not going to get anywhere while you...
Fetch her out here.
I don't think...
What's going on?
At last.
Dutch? What is this?
Stay out of this, Dad.
I hardly think so, Jack. A man comes in here with a fence post.
Yeah, and you know why.
A fence post, man? What's the matter with you?
You got my daughter here.
Is that what this is? You come for Chloe?
You brought her here. You had no right.
It was me. I brought her.
It doesn't matter who brought her. She's here, that's the point, and her father's come to claim her.
Right. And you're going to pay for
because
what you've done.
Because, as you say, you do have the right.
Dad, we can't just let...
It's all right, Marcia.
What you've done to me.
Yes, of course.
Dad,
You're going to pay.
A father's rights, Marcia. I understand
So
that.
you can go and get her. Now.
A father will worry about his children. It goes deep, that. Doesn't it, Dutch?
It does. Now fetch Chloe.
You called the police, no doubt. Well, you were so worried.
Right.
You did call the police, Dutch?
Yeah?
When? Last night? Was it last night when you knew she was missing? That is when you knew she was missing, isn't it?
What's this got to do with
Or
it?
didn't you realize till you got back this morning? Were you even there last night?
Look, I come here...
Maybe you were so worried you can't remember, is that it?
Maybe.
Still, you did miss her at some point, did you? Last night, this morning, at some point, you noticed she wasn't there, which shows how much you care about her, how much you care about your little girl. You do know what I'm talking about. We're both fathers. Sometimes I've fallen short. I know I have. But I know what it feels like when you take her to school, eh? And watch her at the gates as she goes in. And you keep watching till she goes through the door. And you can't see her anymore. You know that feeling? You know that, do you, Dutch? Or when you make little birds out of a folded paper and you see the look on her face. The way you watch her face. The way it makes you feel. Or when you tell her stories last thing at night because you want her to feel safe. You don't want her to be lonely. You don't want your little girl to be on her own in the dark, afraid. This is what you know. All those moments, the times you spent with your little girl, when you earned the name of father. You earned it. And you come in here with a fence post and you talk about what we've done to you. Jack,
yes,
take that thing off him and throw it outside.
Right.
Now, let's go through to the office, shall we? We'll carry on with this in there.
And Dutch follows him meekly out of the restaurant and into the office.
Sit down.
And he sits with his hands on his knees.
Now, listen to me carefully, Dutch.
And he does. He listens, sitting there on the swivel chair, slightly bewildered. We're all feeling slightly bewildered by now.
You're bone idle. And you're selfish. But you're a damn good eel catcher, and I don't think you're a bad man. I think you do care about Chloe.
I do. Of course I do.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Tell me, Dutch. I want to believe it. I want to hear this.
I do care.
About her or about you?
Her.
What did you feel when you saw she wasn't there?
He tries to remember. I can see it in his face, his brow wrinkles.
Dutch?
I was scared.
For her?
Yes.
Because you care. How do you show you care? You provide for her? Take her to school? All those things?
No. She's always been there. Since her mum went off, she was always just there.
That's not good enough, is it? You've made a complete pig's ear of this, Dutch, haven't you? And you can't go on like this. You have to change, or someone else will have to take over.
No.
The authorities will have to do the job for you.
No, I don't want that.
Then what are you going to do about it? Cece gets to school? Can you do that?
Yes.
And provide for her, Dutch?
Yes.
Provide. Don't just care, provide. She's a remarkable little girl. Someone should be providing for her.
I know that.
Good. Then I'd have no reason to go to the authorities, would I? Well, I've taken a liking to Ferris Prior, and I've decided I'll go out there a lot more often. No doubt Marcia will come with me sometimes, won't you, Marcia?
Yes, I'm sure we
We'll drop in and see how you're getting on, and we'll say hello to Chloe. And we'll see how she's getting on.
Yes.
And maybe, sometimes, she'd like to come over here, see how we're getting on.
Yes.
You think she'd like that, Dutch?
Yes.
Good. So do I.
Dad went to the kitchen and got Dutch some fish pie and a bottle of beer on a tray. Then we drove them home, Dutch and his little girl. We stayed about an hour with them, and now we're on our way back. No need to be guided through the fields this time. The floods have subsided.
You're very quiet.
Yes.
What's the matter?
I was just thinking, I'm so proud of you.
Proud?
Yes, Dad, proud.
Oh, that. I was pretty good, wasn't I?
I remember those paper birds you used to make.
Oh, yes, the vultures.
They meant so much to me.
Now, then, stop that.
I mean, looking back, when I think of...
No, stop it, you soppy sow.
You feel things more than you let on sometimes, don't you?
Well, I like to help people, Marcia, you know that. As a matter of fact, I had a call this morning from poor old Tommy.
Tommy?
Yes, Tommy. You remember. He needs someone to sit with him again, through those dark, small hours, you know. And I was just thinking, if only there were some way I could get to him.
Do you want a lift?
And get back. It's such an awkward hour, though.
Oh, don't be silly, Dad. I'd love to help.
Thank you, Marcy. Very sweet of you.
In A Water Baby, the second part of On Mardle Fen by Nick Warburton, Warwick was played by Trevor Peacock, Jack by Sam Dale, Marcia by Kate Buffery, and Samuel by John Rowe. Zofia was played by Helen Longworth, Dutch by Paul Ryder, and Chloe by Lauren Moat. The director was Claire Grove.
The turning's up here on the left somewhere.
I know.
Bristol St. Botolph. There's a sign.
Yes, I know where we're going.
And a clump of trees. Slow down or you'll miss it.
It's the only turning for miles, Dad. I won't miss it.
I'm only thinking of you, Jack. If you miss it, you could be hours finding it again. I'm having lunch with an old friend of mine, Cyril Codlett. Cyril has a small holding on the edge of Mardle Fen. It's good black soil out there, and Cyril's carrots in particular are to be sought after and treasured. We have Codlett's carrots in the restaurant when we can. Cook them right, not too much, and with a little brown sugar. And there's nothing else like them. Yes, keep going straight, keep going.
I am.
To be honest, I exaggerate when I say Cyril's a friend. In fact, I can't stand the man. So why am I going for lunch? 2 reasons. First, Cyril will be doing a stew, augmented naturally with carrots, but also with something known locally as Botolph's dumplings. Most dumplings are simple, undemanding creatures, intended merely to bulk out a stew. But the ones they do out at Bristol St. Botolph are more than that. They are small clouds of ecstasy. As far as I can tell, Cyril puts something at the heart of the dough, and I want to know what it is. And the second reason for my visit? Well, Cyril's a thief. He needs to be taught a lesson. That's it. Keep going.
We're on a perfectly straight road. I have to keep going.
Trees coming up, Jack. Keep looking.
I don't know why you gave up driving. You could have taken yourself.
I don't want to drive.
Faye or I have to take you everywhere.
Well, if it's too much trouble...
I'm not saying that. It's just like driving a wizened teenager around.
Well, that is nice. That is respectful.
With the same sense of unease when you drop them off.
Trees, Jack, trees! Turn!
All right, all right!
Yes, Cyril Cotlet. Cyril the Dip, as I now like to call him. He was in the restaurant about a year ago. We were sharing a drink in the little sitting room next to the office. And when he'd gone, so had my Uncle Ronald's pocket compass.
There was never any proof it was Cyril.
I know it was.
That's not knowing, Dad, not if there's no proof.
He had his eye on that compass, he more or less told me.
Yes, but that's not...
It had history, you see. Uncle Ronald took it round Egypt.
But you're still going to lunch with Cyril?
Yes.
Even though you think he pinched Uncle Ron's compass?
Yes, well, you have to build bridges in life, Jack. I've always said that.
Good.
You can drop me on the Deeply Road. I walk down from there.
No point telling Jack what I really mean to do. He wouldn't understand. And he gets far too anxious about things like that.
And if he happens to mention Botolph's dumplings, see if you can find out how he does them, will you?
I've tried. He won't say.
Pity.
Cyril plays his dumplings very close to his chest. Cyril? Cyril, where are you?
Old farmhouse kitchen, full of clutter, knickknacks of every shade and description. Uncle Ronald's compass, no doubt, among them, but no sign of the thieving Cotlet himself. Probably out on some new mission of depravity. He's a big man, like a barrel, and greasy with deceit. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could.
Warwick? Is that you?
Cyril, you old soldier.
I didn't hear no motor.
No, I walked up the lane. My word, Cyril, it's good to see you after all this time.
Nearly a year.
Oh, too long. Too long for old friends to be apart.
Well, I hope we can talk, Warwick. I hope we can manage that.
Of course we can.
One of the things I hope we can talk about is leaks.
Yeah. Leaks?
I'm expanding.
So that's the point of all this, is it? A business lunch.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's talk about leaks, Cyril.
Good. Well, then, sit down, clear space. I'll get you dinner.
Oh, lovely.
It's all here on the range.
I can smell it, and do I dare to hope?
A stew with carrots and dumplings.
Oh, bliss.
Made the local way.
Bliss.
No, I ain't telling you what the local way is, so don't ask.
I must ask, Cyril, I must.
He slops the stew in a couple of bowls, and we sit down together. If his leeks are anything like his carrots, I'd be very keen to get them for the restaurant, but I play hard to get for a while. I don't want him to think we're easy. I also make a few playful attempts to locate the secret of Botolph's dumplings, but he's yielding no quarter on that front. I do manage to secrete one in a napkin, though, for later postmortem. And then...
I gotta go turn the sprinkler on.
What now?
On the carrots, they won't wait. You have to be regular with carrots. I shan't be many moments.
And he leaves me in the kitchen, alone. For not many moments, but time enough. I start with the mantelpiece.
Come on.
He's got that compass here somewhere. I know he has.
Quick. My God, what's this?
It's a drinking cup. A goblet of some description, battered, old, ugly. But there's something about it, something that draws me. I find myself staring at it while precious seconds tick away.
Oh, that's done that. Oh, don't take long, but as I say, you have to... Yeah, what's up?
Oh, nothing.
What are you doing at the mantelpiece?
I was just admiring your collection. Such interesting things.
Some are, yes.
And some are of appalling hideousness, devoid of taste and virtually worthless.
Not your cup of tea, though, I shouldn't think.
Oh, I don't know, Cyril. You've got some lovely things here. Lovely. But no sign of Uncle Ronald's compass. Thank you, Cyril. Thank you so much.
Right.
About 2 o'clock, I bid farewell to the devious Codlet. A disappointing visit, really. Nothing more to show for my pains than a promise of leeks and a cold dumpling in a napkin. But when I put my hand in my pocket to check on the latter... Hello? What's this? It's the hideous little goblet from the mantelpiece. I must have held on to it when Cyril came back from his watering. Did I? I can't remember. Yes, I must have done, because here it is. In my hand. Quite by accident, of course. Maybe I should keep it a goblet for a compass. After all, fair exchange. What the? A huge, dark creature is standing at the gate. At first glance, I thought it was a pony or something. But it obviously isn't. I don't like the look of it, not at all. And instinctively I turn back to Cyril's door for refuge. But there's the goblet still in my hand, so I drop it in a little clump of lavender by the step. And when I look back at the gate, the creature's gone.
OK, Poppy, you know what to do?
Of course I do.
It's a fairly straightforward starter, built on peas.
I know what to do, Dad. And don't call me Poppet.
Right, I'll leave it entirely to you, shall I?
You don't call Bernard Poppet, do you?
But it must be done properly.
Yes.
The peas not overdone, just tender, about 3 minutes.
I know, we went through all this.
And once you're in the kitchen, Imogen, you're the same as anyone else. Get it wrong, and I'll let you know. I can be quite sharp.
I won't get it wrong.
You need complete concentration.
Mind your backs.
What are you doing in here?
I have a little post-mortem to do. Hello, Emmy.
What?
Hello, Gramps.
What are you up to?
Doing one of the starters. Froth of peas shot through with bacon.
Dad?
I say, I am impressed.
What do you mean post-mortem?
That dumpling I brought back from Cyril's farm. I want to do a few experiments.
You can't, not now.
I only want a tiny corner. If you shift that way a bit, Emmy.
Right.
So everyone has to make room for him, and we're stretched enough as it is because Imogen is getting some experience in the kitchen, which for some reason makes me particularly nervous.
You want to chill those dishes before you go any further?
Do I?
Well, I would.
Then I will.
I don't like too much familiarity when we're cooking. That's what I was trying to explain to Imogen. But once Dad bowls in, familiarity, gossip, tales of Cyril Codlet's farm...
Yes, it was a sort of drinking cup. And the weird thing was, I got outside, and there it was, still in my hand.
You pinched it?
No, you daft cow, I didn't want it. It just sort of came with me, unbidden.
A goblet?
Yes.
Weird.
Totally. But of course, not as weird as the big black dog suddenly appearing at Cyril's gate. But I don't say anything about that to Imogen. And I'm not really sure why.
What did it look like?
What?
The goblet.
Ah, well, it was very old and quite ugly, really. A squat, round metal object with a flat face on it. Sort of squashed flat to make it fit.
A man's face?
Yes, with a beard and long hair that curled up at the outer edges into twists and circles.
Wearing a crown?
A sort of coronet, yes. How did you know?
It sounds ever so familiar. I'm sure I've seen it before somewhere.
Imogen, how's it coming along?
Good, Dad. Don't stress.
No, I'm not sure why I don't tell Emmy about the giant dog. There one moment and gone the next. It's just the sort of thing that would interest her. I think I might ask Samuel, though. See if he knows anything about big dogs out at Bristol St. Botolph. No, Codlet ain't got no new dogs. Did that? What is it then?
Well, if you ask me, I'd say that was old Boggie.
What?
Or Black Shuck.
Oh, Black Shuck, ridiculous.
If you say so, Mr. Hedges, that's my opinion.
I know Black Shuck. He appears, or so they say, on the Norfolk coast, round Wells and places.
Well, they do say that, Mr. Hedges, yes.
But we're not on the coast.
Oh, there's many manifestations of Black Shuck inland, too. And around the Fens. Old Boggie's called here. A kind of swamp dog. Creatures like that have been seen by the big house in Stone Langley,
Nonsense.
over at Deepley and the Bristons.
Nonsense. Have you ever seen such a thing?
Not that I'm certain of.
Exactly. And have you ever come across anyone who's ever claimed to have seen it?
Ah, well.
What?
I believe I have.
Who?
Well, you just have. Anyway, not everyone likes to say.
Why not?
Well, not everyone is able to say.
Huh?
There was an old boy lived up by Ferris Mere. They reckon he saw old Boggie, and the whites of his eyes went electric blue overnight. And he never spoke another word after he saw it.
Then how do you know he had seen it?
What else would it have been? No, that was old Boggie, all right. I tell you how it started. There was a nobleman hundreds of years ago, before the Fens was drained, and he had a big black hunting dog. The Normans were after this old boy, but they never could get near him because the dog guided him in and out through all the ways, the swamps and the sinking pits. That dog knew his way, and he kept his master safe from harm. Until...
Until what?
One day them Normans followed him right into Mardle Fen, right close to his hiding place. And they'd have got him, but the dog turned round and held them off.
Nonsense.
Held them at bay, a dozen men with short swords.
Nonsense.
Kept them there, all on his own.
And I'll tell you why it's nonsense, because you can't possibly know that.
I'm only saying what other people say, Mr. Hedges.
Skirmishes in the middle of the Fens nearly 1,000 years ago.
Well, you said you saw him, though, a big black beast.
A dog, an ordinary dog.
Just suddenly there.
A little bit on the large side, that's all.
Where no dog is known to abide. And when you think what happened to old Boggie in the end, well, it all ties in.
What did happen?
Well, Mr. Hedges, like you say, we can't know for sure, can we?
What? Hey, what's this? What are you doing here? Health and safety would have kittens if they knew you were on the prowl. Go on. Ooh. Go on, clear off. Off you go. Off you go. Off you go.
Grams, have you seen Minim?
Who?
Minim, the cat.
Oh, yes.
Because she wonders, and I'm worried she'll try to go outside and she's not supposed to.
Isn't she?
Not yet.
Oh, well, you better try the back door, sweetie.
The back door, but...
It's worth a try. You never know. It might have slipped out of a window or something.
Okay. Oh, by the way, I was right about that goblet.
Right?
Yeah, I had seen it before.
And you were?
In town. There was this exhibition about the draining of the Fens, and they had some of the things they found while they were doing it. And one of them was the goblet.
How do you know it was the same?
I got the catalogue and there was a photo. And the shop had replicas. I can show you the picture if you like.
Well, fancy old Cyril visiting a museum.
Ah, perhaps he didn't.
But if he's got a replica of this old goblet...
Has he, though?
Of course he has, you dozy toad. I've just seen it.
Might not be a replica.
But you're not making sense,
Well,
Emmy.
there were 6 goblets originally. There's one in the museum in town, one in London, and another in a private collection, but the other 3 were never found.
You mean...
Maybe Mr. Codlet's got an original.
What would it be worth?
Oh, thousands, I should think.
Thousands?
Hundreds of thousands, probably.
I believe we have a table booked.
Yes. Go through. Through there. Someone will show you.
Oh.
Hundreds of thousands. And I had it in my pocket.
Maybe Mr. Codlet doesn't know what he's got.
What?
He wouldn't leave it lying around if he thought it was valuable, would he?
Cyril? Oh, yes, daft old beggar.
Really?
He doesn't know. He can't do. He's got a goblet worth hundreds of thousands of pounds, and he has absolutely no idea.
How old would this goblet be, do you think?
About 1,000 years.
1,000?
It belonged to this earl who lived out in the Fens. A bit like Hereward the Wake. The Normans knew all about him, and they wanted to get hold of him, but they never could for some reason. Right, I better go and see if I can find Minim.
Now keep calm, Warwick. Don't rush into anything. There are things to consider before you leap into action. For a start, there's the ethics of a situation like this. So what have we got here? Itemize. 1. Cyril Codlet has a goblet which might or might not, but probably might be worth a great deal of money. 2, Cyril is unrivaled in his knowledge of the carrot, but pig ignorant when it comes to almost everything else, so he won't know what he's got. 3, he pinched Uncle Ronald's compass, so 4, I have a legitimate claim to Cyril's goblet, which only leaves 5. How am I going to get hold of it?
So, let me get this right. You want me to go into town?
Yes.
To a museum?
Yes.
To buy a mug?
A goblet? Look, it's shopping, Samuel. Surely you've been shopping before.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not that difficult, is it?
Yeah, why me, though?
Because I don't want the others to know.
Well, why not?
I'd rather not say.
Oh, well...
It's perfectly legal and above board, I promise you that. I just happen to want this particular replica as sold in the museum shop. And I'm prepared to give you the morning off to go and get it.
Oh, yeah?
And a pint on me if you
What's up? Mr. Hedges?
Over there. Look. The other side of the river.
Where?
There. Just there. That dog.
Ah.
Standing there, staring at us.
He's back, then.
Where did it come from?
Could have been anywhere. Knows its way around these fens better than any creature living.
Knows its way?
A swamp dog.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you, Mr. Hedges, on that very last day, when them Normans was closing in, old Boggie held them at bay to protect his master and the treasure. And that cost him...
Treasure?
No, cost him his life. Drowned in the river. Though he fought to the last.
What treasure?
Something his master was trying to hide. Don't know what exactly. All I know is old Boggie...
Yes, you keep saying that, but this is just a dog.
Possibly.
It must be. Someone round here has a big black dog and they let it roam.
Who?
I don't know. We can make inquiries, we can find out, and then we can get them to control them. It's gone. But don't say like that, Samuel. It was a real dog. Really there. You could see it was real.
Not me, Mr. Hedges. I couldn't see anything.
Twice I've seen that black dog now. Once at Cyril Codlet's gate, and then again on Mardle Fen. Is it the same one, though? Surely you wouldn't get 2 identical dogs turning up like that. But if they are the same, what does that mean? That a 1,000-year-old ghost dog is guarding Cyril's goblet? Does that make any more sense? I can't sleep for thinking about it. Steer clear of this, I tell myself one moment. Leave well alone. But in the next moment, there I am thinking about that goblet again, worth hundreds of thousands of pounds. So I toss and I turn. And then, staring at me from across the room, 2 eyes, pale green in the darkness, and they're inside. Inside my bedroom, I freeze. Oh, Venom, you ratbag. Not dog's eyes across the room, but cat's eyes very close. Sitting on the duvet, in fact. You complete and utter ratbag. Still, it's unnerving. The thought of some creature getting into my room. And if I do want to get hold of Cyril's goblet, I'll have to go back to his farm, a prospect I don't much relish. Unless, of course, I can persuade someone else to go in my place.
No, you must not say that to me.
What?
A man with your age.
What have I said?
You talk like this. I do not like it.
What's in this pot?
All I said was you're an animal lover, aren't
Someone,
you?
please.
Someone who likes animals.
What?
You like cats and dogs.
Oh, I thought you was meaning to make love like an animal.
What? No, of course
I thought
not.
you was being rude.
You silly man.
I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
Why, what's the matter?
Do either of you know anything about this?
It's a stew, I told you. I'm testing the dumplings.
Stew? We're not doing stew.
A test, Jack, a test.
Well, I'd rather you didn't start up odd pots when the kitchen...
I go
when
to
the
work.
kitchen is geared up.
No, Sophia, don't go.
It's preparing for lunch. Every space is dedicated to
I
that.
have to get on the table.
Sophia, I was in the middle of asking you something.
Dad, what am I supposed to do with this? It's in the way! So, now, I have a huge vat of unwanted stew, costing God knows what, and infiltrated with Dad's experimental dumplings. I mean, what am I... Not bad.
Spoon, fork. You are wanting me to go to this place for you.
Yes, I can't make it myself.
To this farm. Spoon, fork. And to take this gobbling...
Goblet, yes.
And bring this other gobbling back again.
Yes, simple as that. As I say, I'd go myself, but...
But why for, though? They has a gobbling, you has a gobbling. Stay like you are.
No, Sophia, the gobbling that's there is actually mine. In a manner of speaking, my entitlement. Look, all you do is take the one off the mantelpiece and put this other one in its place. And if it's not on the mantelpiece, look in the lavender bush outside the back door.
Lavender bush or mantling piece?
Yes.
But the farming man must not know.
No, he mustn't.
Okay.
You'll do it?
Okay, why not?
Sophia, you are a treasure, a rich and rare treasure.
There is one thing, though.
What?
Why did you be asking about animals? Do I like the cats and things?
Well, they have a dog there, a big dog. Well, biggish.
And he is also on the mantling piece.
No, he's outside. In fact, he's hardly ever seen. You probably won't come across him, but some people, it makes them nervous.
Not me.
Because, as I say, he is biggish. They feel intimidated, quite wrongly.
Oh, no, I like doggies especially. We did have them at home. Two big ones, Basha and Jedrik. What is his name?
Who?
The doggy at the farm. So I can talk to him.
Yes, name. It's, Malcolm.
Malcolm. Ah.
So, that's settled. Sophia will go. She has a friend who'll give her a lift to Bristons and Botolph. I'll make sure she has some sort of paperwork, something to do with leaks, to pacify Cyril, and then she'll find a moment to switch the goblets. And in the unlikely event of a big black dog sauntering round the corner, she'll be completely unfazed. Animals understand that, you see. If someone's completely calm and collected, they respectfully back off. If you stand there bricking it, they'll be on you in an absolute flash. But Zophia's grown up with big dogs. I have every confidence in her.
So Mr. Hedges is saying to me, if you go that direction, Zofia, will you call in with the documents, please? Important documents for Mr. Codlington.
Codlet? Well, that's kind of you.
Get him to sign on them, to say he has seen them, about the leaks, yes?
Yeah.
So?
What?
You will sign?
Oh, yes. I had a pen here the other day where... do you mind if I go and look for it?
Oh, no. No, don't matter to me. I'm okay.
All right, then.
My word, what a fine mantling piece you have here.
What?
Mantling piece. Lovely to see.
Oh, no, that's the dresser. The mantelpiece is over the stove here.
Oh, another one. Lovely, lovely.
Right. I won't be many minutes.
So, he got to find the pen or something, just like you said. And I went to the mantling piece, and there was the gobbling, just like you said again. And I am going to pick it up, but... Malcolm? And when I am turning around... God, help me. You said Malcolm stayed outside, but he was inside. He was right behind me.
And you said you liked dogs.
Malcolm was not a doggy, Mr. Hedges. He was a monster with big, slippery lips.
Sophia?
And red eyes.
Anyway, did you get the goblet?
Sophia, table 5 is waiting. Thank you.
You are joking me. Did I get it? What do you think? Coming, Mr. Jack.
Hopeless. The girl panicked when the goblet was within reach. All she had to do was turn round, grab it, and then run. What's so very hard about that? Well, that's it now. I can't get hold of the damn thing, and I don't want to hear another word about it. I want to forget I ever saw it.
No, I'll be honest, Dad, I don't like the kitchen being cluttered.
Well, sometimes it has to be.
It can't work properly if it is.
No, Jack, a kitchen has to be. It's like an artist's palette, full of the signs of earlier endeavours.
Bernard, we're a knife short up here.
It's here, Chef.
Thank you. I have to admit, though, I was impressed.
Were you?
I wasn't expecting it.
What exactly?
The stew, your experiment.
Oh, that.
Especially the dumpling.
Ah, yes, the dumplings. Each one slightly different. Did you notice?
I did, yeah.
The thing is, you put something inside the dough balls, a crouton or something, before you immerse them. It's like the pearl and the oyster.
Yeah, it produces treasure.
I suppose so. Just about the only treasure I'll ever get around here, I suspect.
What do you mean?
Nothing. No. I don't mean anything. When you think about it, the true treasure in life, Jack, what really matters to a man, it's usually something quite simple, isn't it?
I think you're right.
We strive for what's out of reach sometimes, but if we ever get hold of it, would it make us happy?
I doubt it.
I do too. I very much doubt it. Stop striving, that's what I think. Look around you.
Simple things. Things under your nose.
Absolutely. Be content.
I just seen the girl.
Samuel.
She was telling me about going to Bristol St. Bartol.
Oh, Sophia.
Can this wait? We're cleaning things down in here.
All right, Mr. Hedges. I'll slip my boots off.
No, don't do that.
Won't take two shakes.
No, Samuel. Oh.
It's something Mr. Hedges will be very interested to learn. The other Mr. Hedges.
Not if it's anything to do with Bristol St. Botolph, I hope.
Go and see, Dad, will you? We've already mopped the floor in here. Bernard! Bernard!
I don't need to go and I'm not interested.
Please, Dad, take him to the office or something.
Thing is, see, the girl said she's seen it too. Old Boggie.
You can't always take notice of what Sophia says.
She didn't call it that, but I know that's what it was, all right.
Samuel, let me stop you there. I've lost all interest in Cyril Codlet and his hoard of treasure and the weird canine friends, real or imaginary, he lines up to protect it. If I don't bother them, they won't bother me.
Yes, but Imogen told me about this goblet thing, and I had to think and put one and two together.
I don't want to know.
And I reckon that's what it was. Old Boggie watching over the goblet, just like he did for his old master.
Well, he's welcome to it.
It tied in with other things I'd heard and all. Fellas out there on the fen, ditching or cutting reeds or what have you, and old Boggie appears to them.
Well, I'll be getting back to the kitchen.
Not when they're working, mind. This is the point. It's when they stop for a bit of docky.
Samuel,
They has something to eat and drink, and they sits there holding a tin mug or something, and that's when old Boggie will appear.
Really?
The dog can't tell the difference.
What?
Between some old boy's tin mug and his master's precious goblet.
You mean...
That's right, Mr. Hedges. Old Boggie might be 1,000 years old, but he don't know everything.
You can fool him.
Ah. Like a spinning spoon for a pike. You can lure him where you want.
You can lure him? If Samuel's right, the goblet is within my grasp again. I can have free access to it, unhampered by uncanny creatures. All I have to do is get someone to lure old Boggie away from Cyril's farm with a false goblet.
I thought you didn't like Cyril.
I don't much. The man took Uncle Ronald's compass.
So you keep saying.
Because he did, Jack. He definitely did.
Maybe, but there's nothing you can do about it, is there? I mean, you can't prove it, so you might as well...
I can.
What? Prove it.
No, do something about it. I have done so, in fact.
What are you talking about?
It was to teach him a lesson, really. There was no other motive, I promise you that.
What have you done?
I always planned to give it back.
Dad?
When I was there, I took something of his.
You what?
In fair exchange, to make a point.
For crying out loud!
So he knows that I
You
know.
can't do that. You can't go around stealing things just to make a point.
It's not stealing.
Of course it is! What was it?
An old drinking cup, that's all. It's not worth anything. Much.
Have you still got it?
Yes.
Then you've stolen it! You are in possession of stolen goods!
No.
Yes!
No, because, as I said, I planned to give it back. And anyway, strictly speaking, I'm not in possession of it.
And who is?
You are.
What?
It's in the car, here. Look, in the glove compartment.
What's it doing in there?
All right, all right. Keep calm. We're taking it back, just as I said.
We?
Yes. The plan is, I go in to see Cyril.
Plan? I don't like the sound of this.
No. To be fair, seeing Cyril is the tricky part. Your bit's easy.
No.
All you do is take the goblet to the church gate.
No, I'm sorry, I'm having nothing to do with this.
Don't be such a limp prawn, Jack. I don't ask much of you in this life, do I?
This is not my problem.
I'll be the one keeping Cyril out of the way, taking the real risk. You only have to take a pleasant stroll by the river, leave the goblet at the church gate, and then take a pleasant stroll back again. To help your old dad.
Why don't you just take it in and hand it to him?
I can't do that. He might turn nasty.
Oh.
No, it's much better if I leave him a note so he can go and get it when I've gone. From the church. The whole thing will be over in a matter of moments, and you've helped me, and Cyril's got his goblet back. You can see the beauty of this plan, how neatly it all fits together. I sit there chewing the fat in Cyril Codlet's kitchen, awaiting my chance to move in on the real goblet, while Jack ambles through the fen with the fake one, and thus lures old Boggie off. He'll be perfectly safe. I'd never go through with a plan like this unless I was 100% sure of that. Old Boggie won't harm him once it sees that Jack's not a genuine threat.
Mr. Samuel? Mr. Samuel?
Ah, Zofka.
Did you besink Mr. Hedges?
Have I?
Yes?
No.
Oh. Well, I did be cleaning in the sit room, and there was...
Parlour.
What?
We says parlour.
Oh. Well, what you think I find it there?
Found.
I found there, in the seat crack.
Seat crack?
Yes.
I'm not altogether sure I'm following this, Zofka.
What I find it.
Ah.
Yes. Be guessing.
Guess?
No, you'll be guessing. I already know because I find it.
Well, I've got no idea.
Mr. Hedges' pointy clock. What do you think?
Pointy clock?
Pointy. You know, point this way, go there. Point that way, go there.
A compass?
Yes! What good news, eh?
Wonderful. If I was you, Zofka, I'd just put it on the old desk in the office and I wouldn't say another word about it.
Half an hour I'll give him, no more. I don't know why I agree to these things. Well, I do, yes, of course. Because he always makes it sound so simple and so natural. A walk by the river just to help him out. And he always makes me feel so guilty if I refuse.
What happened to that girl?
Girl?
Come out here the other day, the one with the peculiar voice.
Oh, Zofia.
From up north, was she?
Somewhere like that, yes. She said she'd pop in as she was passing.
Well, she was passing, all right. She hardly stopped.
I know. I know. Daft as a rhubarb poking stick.
She never even took them papers I was supposed to sign.
No.
That's really why I'm here, Cyril. Your carrots mean a very great deal to us at Warwick's, and we have great hopes for your leeks. I won't sleep easy until I've got your signature on this document.
I see.
Have you got a pen?
The thing is, it's never straightforward with Dad. I mean, why the church? Why am I supposed to leave this thing at the church? It's so melodramatic.
Hello? Is anyone there?
I've got no more than 2 or 3 minutes before Cyril gets back.
Come on, come on. It must be here somewhere. Ah, you beauty. You absolute beauty.
Warwick! Yeah, what are you up to over there?
Nothing.
What's that behind your back?
Nothing.
Oh, really? Is that so?
He takes a step towards me. There's only one thing for it now.
Hey, wait! You come back here! I see what you've got. Come back!
There's something there. Something definitely there, just ahead between me and the part of the church. I can't see it, and I don't fancy confronting it. So I've turned round and I'm heading back to the car.
Is it still there? Oh, my God.
I've got the goblet tight in my hand, and I'm heading for the car.
Come back here, you maggot! No, wait. Jack left the car by the river so he could walk to the church.
Come back!
So I have to veer around and make for the river, with Cyril after me like a barrel rolling down a slope.
Every time I snatch a look over my shoulder, I think I see... It's like a shadow. As if a shadow was broken loose from something and is after me. And it's huge.
Stop there, you thieving wench!
Then there's another sound. Someone calling.
It's mine now, Cyril. You owe it to me.
Shouting in front of me. And when I turn back...
No! Get away! Get away from me!
So I run on, and then this figure comes out of the bushes on a bend of the river. A blur of check jacket and yellow cravat, elbows pumping.
And there's Jack flying along the riverbank like a greased rabbit, straight into me.
Jack, you utter pilchard!
What are you doing here?
You made me drop the goblet!
No, you made me!
And there they are, side by side in the grass. 2 identical drinking cups.
You've got another one!
The fool hasn't taken it to the church.
Dad? Why are there 2 drinking cups?
Why can't you do the simplest thing without cocking up? You were supposed to leave that at the church.
Got you baggering thief.
Dad, what have you done? What's going on?
And don't you realize how dangerous it is to run along a riverbank like that?
Right. For a start, you can give that back.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
I had to run.
Well, you won't.
Oh,
Will
please,
someone
Hand it
please?
over, come on.
Sel, please help me
breathing
up.
down my neck.
Hand it over.
Say another word. It's him. Old Boggie.
A heavy head swinging from huge shoulders.
And slime dripping from its jowls.
That's it. That's what was following me.
Jack is coming towards us.
It's after in a goblet. It's welcome to.
Jack, stop him.
How am I supposed to do that?
A goblet, throw it.
What?
Throw it in the river. That's old Boggie. And it's what he's after. Quick, man. It's the only way.
Right, give it here.
Just a minute.
No.
Wait. One of those goblets could be worth a fortune.
What?
Which I'm prepared to share.
Fortune.
A 60-20-20 split. Or 40-30-30.
I'm throwing it in.
No, which one?
Jack, be careful.
This one.
No.
This one, then.
No.
But I can wait no longer. I grab the nearest goblet and hurl it out over the river. It turns through the air. Slowly.
and the dog goes after it, launching itself from the bank and arching back over the water.
It skims the air like a big black cloud.
And the goblet falls.
But the dog?
Old Boggie makes scarcely a sound.
It touches the surface of the river with the softest blow, like a small hiss of steam.
Or a breath.
Almost like a kiss. And then it's gone. And there's hardly a ripple to be seen.
Which one did you throw? The first one I put my hand on. But which one was that? I don't know.
No. None of us knows. We soon find out, though. One's worth a small fortune and the other has an inscription on the underside. Made in China. I leave you to guess which one sank to the reedy depths of a Fenland river. If you spend any time in or around the Fens, or even further north along the coast, up there by Blakeney or Wells or the Burnhams, you'll hear stories of a big black dog. Some call it Black Shuck. On Mardle Fen we call it Old Boggie. They're only stories, of course. Fanciful, easy to dismiss. Mardle Fen, though, is dark and different. You should always listen and pay heed.
In Old Boggie, the third part of On Mardle Fen by Nick Warburton, Warwick was played by Trevor Peacock, Jack by Sam Dale, Cyril by Malcolm Tierney, and Samuel by John Rowe. Zofia was played by Helen Longworth, Imogen by Lizzie Watts, and the director was Claire Grove.
Take a slow walk out of Warwick's, turn left and you'll find the road to Stone Langley, and beyond that, civilization of a sort. Turn right, and you'll be moving deeper into Mardle Fen. In 15 minutes I can be in the middle of a watery desert under a sky that feels like half the world across. I like to come here at this time of day, at dusk in bleak mid-February, when the ground is hard and you can hear the swans go over, and a huge red sun is touching the horizon. Then I walk back, without hurry, no need to hurry on Mardle Fen. Pity we can't all appreciate these leisurely delights.
6 minutes, 43.
Hell's bells, what are you supposed to be?
6 minutes, 43 seconds. From Barney's shop in the middle of Stone Langley to the kitchen door. Pretty good.
Mr. Jack, you're sparkling mud everywhere.
Do you realise?
What do you look like?
The speed I must have been travelling.
You've been on bicycle?
You were out on a bike, dressed like that?
Well, I wouldn't dress like this for anything else, would I?
Well, I don't know, Jack.
This is specialist cycling gear.
You might have been appearing in one of those fetish films.
Oh, ha, ha.
All rubber and zips.
It's not rubber.
You make the film?
No, it's obvious.
This is your clothes to be in a film?
No.
That's amazing.
It's science fiction, Zofia. You know science fiction?
Yes, I do. Dr. Woe.
Oh, exactly. It's like that.
Dad.
Jack, here is the result of an experiment that went horribly wrong.
Oh, dear.
Don't listen to him.
He's now part human and part sea lion.
No, I've just been out cycling.
Ah, yes, you have to ride a bicycle.
Yes?
But only when you are a man.
What?
Other times you have to swim.
No.
Hey, Colleen, did you hear this? Mr. Jack has made the film.
Oh, God.
How long are you going to keep this up, all this pointless sprinting up and down?
It's not pointless. I haven't felt this good in years. And it's a lot more convenient than the car.
Not to me, it isn't.
Oh. He means I don't run him around like I used to do. Faye's car conked out somewhere in Norwich and she requisitioned mine, so I got the bike. At first it was simply a way of getting around. Now I find myself looking forward to it, spinning down the Sutting Road, ticking off the miles. Just you and the bike and the road, pitted against your own limitations. There's also a sort of camaraderie out there. You see someone else come along, a genuine cyclist, and there's a little signal, a little lift of the hand. I got talking to this Australian bloke, Brad. Brad's very experienced. He really does know bikes.
He should have come to me. I got no bike he could have had.
Oh, no, Samuel. Has to be the very latest.
Mine's not above 25 years.
Lightweight Continental Hydro what's it or other. I don't suppose yours is all that.
It's got a basket on the front.
Not good enough, I'm afraid.
Still, I suppose it keeps him fit.
It also keeps him boring. I'm sick of hearing about it. According to Jack, a bike's the only way to get about.
Well, it ain't that. Especially not round here.
No.
Round here you can get a smoother glide than any old bike.
Of course you can.
You used to do that your own self, Mr. Hedges.
Did I? What?
You remember? Smooth glide, silver ribbon, nothing better.
There aren't many people who know more about the Fens than Samuel. Unfortunately, you don't always know what he's talking about. I pondered what he said for some time afterwards before it came to me. The smooth glide on the silver ribbon. Skating.
That's a ghost, you oaf! Back off!
You can't really cycle in town. Of course, it's full of bikes in great shoals, but not many of them are real cyclists. Brad says a true cyclist faces three main obstacles. One is the voice inside him telling him to rest, and the other two are motorists and pedestrians.
You too, sunshine!
Motorists are unbelievably arrogant. They think they own the road, and I hate that little gesture they do when they indicate they'll let you go by waggling an index finger like some sort of royalty. Unbelievable. And pedestrians, straight into the road, gawping at his mobile. Hopeless.
Look where you're going! Ring your bloody bell, Spock!
Spock? What's he mean by that?
I didn't know what he meant at first. You know what Samuel's like.
Yes.
Enigmatic, to say the least. Look at this ass in front here.
So what did he mean?
Skating. Give him a honk, Marcia. Here, I will.
Dad, don't do that!
Look at that. He just gave her the finger. Anyway, what Samuel was talking about was the old days, when the Fens froze and everybody skated. You remember that?
Vaguely.
Oh, we all did it. I was actually very good.
Really?
Oh, I could have turned professional, if they still had professionals. In '63, I remember, they revived the old races on Mardle Fen. I've got photos somewhere. Now, that was speed, but it was speed and grace. Not just like... Oh, for pity's sake, now, what's he up to? Move over, you clown!
I'm turning right here!
Get that mousetrap out of our way!
Dad, shut the window!
Dad?
You! Look at this, Marcy! It's Dr. Wu!
Oh, grow up!
I should have known by the sun glinting on his rump.
Sit down, Dad!
Get a move on, for heaven's sake! You're blocking our way!
Tough! I can go as slow as I like!
You're doing that on purpose!
Dad!
And he is. He's deliberately obstructing us. It seems to me that all this exercise is turning Jack into a rather sour individual.
I left some apple on that table.
Yes, Chef.
Already diced.
Still here, Chef.
Well, it should be over here. Don't worry, I'll fetch it. It puts you on edge having your own father hound you round the one-way system, braying at you from your sister's car, so yes, I took my time. Did a bit of the old balancing on the pedals. Well, why not? He was asking for it. Cycling in town usually winds me up. I'd far rather be out on the road. Which is what I did after lunch. Over to the cathedral, right up to the door, then back here. Shade over 11.5 miles, 29 minutes and 15 seconds. Personal best. And I'm back here feeling very positive and a lot more benign.
Are you okay, Mr. Hedges?
Yes, thank you, Zofia.
You walk funny.
I don't think so.
Yes, I see you walk to get apples.
And indeed, I've got the apples.
But little steppings, Mr. Jack.
I'm fine, thank you. Kind of you to be so concerned.
Hey, see what I found here.
What is it?
Pictures from the attic. I knew they were up there somewhere.
Don't put them there.
Look at this.
I'm trimming the brisket here.
Mardle Fen, flooded and frozen.
Oh, yes? When was this?
Early 60s, 50s, something like that. You were a lad.
But they're skating.
That's why I dug them out. Samuel says it's the best way to get about on the Fens.
Are you on here?
Am I? I should say so. Look at this one. They used to have races. This one's me. Look. Flashing over the finishing line.
No, really?
Absolutely.
You actually won?
By a long street. Look. This is the way to travel, with style and grace.
But no great pace, by the look of it.
Not puffing along on a pushbike.
Oh, I see.
And plenty of pace. We were very fast.
That's what this is all about. You're still peeved about the bike.
We used to go like rockets. Absolute rockets.
Rockets? Yes, I'm sure you did.
Arrogant young puppy. That's what annoys me about these cycling fanatics. Their moral superiority. They never look it, though, do they? Red-faced and straining. Men in need of prunes.
Oh, good evening, sir. Madam.
Hello.
Welcome to Warwick's.
Thank you.
And well done for finding us lurking on the edge of the Fens as we are.
Shall we...
Yeah, of course. Do go through.
No, there's something brutal about cycling. Certainly the way Jack does it. It can never be as graceful as skating.
Lovely people, those.
Really?
Table 8. I was just telling them about my little burn from the cathedral.
And they were interested in that?
Personal best, did I say?
I think you mentioned it, yes.
They could hardly believe it. A shade over 29 minutes. He's determined to have a go himself.
Oh, is he?
Bit of a bike man.
Boring, you mean?
Well, you can tell, actually. He's very compact.
Anally retentive and lacking imagination.
What?
29 minutes to the cathedral? That was a doddle on skates.
There's nothing anally retentive about cycling.
When I was a young man, I used to do that regularly. I stress the word regularly. From here to the cathedral.
On skates?
No trouble. We all did it.
Well, you mean you all remember doing it? I don't suppose you actually did...
I know what it is.
What?
The small steppings. You hurt from the bicycle.
No.
She's right, Jack. You have got a rather pinched walk these days.
Ridiculous.
No, not ridiculous, because I found out.
What?
This can hurt. The bike and the top legs where you sit. But there is something to do to make better.
Look, I don't need to be made better.
What is it? I think you should let him know.
Very easy to do. Somebody told it to me.
Yes?
A banana.
What?
Banana.
Yes, I know about this. It's a source of potassium.
No, not sauce.
This is well known in the cycling world.
The cycling world?
What's wrong with that?
No, not sauce to eat. You don't be eating them.
As if it's a world apart.
Then what do you do with them?
It's pretentious.
You put them, you know.
No? Put them where?
To stop being sore.
You mean...
Yes.
A banana?
Yes, I was told this.
You put it, as it were, in your shorts?
Shorts, yes. With your leg tops. Between, what do you say?
Your cheeks.
No.
Look, I hardly think so.
Yes, Sophia, cheeks.
No, cheeks is face. I'm not talking about face. I'm talking about here.
That's what we call them. Though they aren't all as nicely rounded as...
No, I haven't got time for this.
What do you know? Same name. Oh, happy smiling cheeks.
You should consider that, you know, Jack.
Utter nonsense.
Could make things a lot more comfortable all round.
She doesn't know what she's talking about.
If I were you, the next time you go out for a burn, I'd take a banana with me.
Right, I'm back in the kitchen.
Suggest it to Brad. See what he says.
See you later, Dad.
Might give you that extra edge you're obviously lacking.
What?
Because 29 minutes. You must be able to do better than that.
You could, I suppose.
I told you we were fast.
Enhanced by memory.
You can see it in the picture, the scarf streaming out behind.
Well, I thought it wasn't about speed.
It isn't. It's more than that. It's grace and silence. I used to go out on my own, out towards Ferris Prior when the river flooded and then froze. Just me and the swish of the blades on the ice.
Well, that's what the bike's like.
No, it's not.
What do you mean, no, it's not?
On skate, you're close to the heartbeat of the Fens.
Well, you are on a bike, and very much faster.
Faster? Prove it.
What?
Prove it. Your mousetrap on wheels against my old skates.
A race?
If you dare.
You wouldn't stand a chance.
You're scared.
Certainly not.
£25.
50.
100. 100 says I can get to the cathedral before you.
He comes to find me at the end of the shift with his terms written out on a piece of lined paper and, rather pointlessly, a pair of old skates dangling around his neck. The Mardle Fen Ice and Road Race, it says, in green biro, and the M is coloured in with felt tip.
The starting post shall be the front door of the restaurant, and the finishing post the main doors of the cathedral. The winner to be the first man to set hand on the door. Agreed?
Why not?
We'll place stewards at various points along the respective routes to make sure the participants don't employ other mechanical means.
Well, I'm happy to take your word for that.
No, thank you, Jack. I don't want you claiming I jet-skied or something. Just your name there.
And he makes me sign both copies before marching off again. Really, it's little more than a foolish gesture. These days, with global warming, Mardle Fen doesn't freeze over. Certainly not so that you trust it by standing on it. It hasn't frozen properly for years, so it's highly unlikely the race will ever take place.
Jack! Jack!
A pity, really. Just for once I'd be able to show him.
Ah, there you are. Tell me, a winter picnic, what would you do?
What would I do? Why?
What soups, what bread?
I wouldn't do a winter picnic.
A bean soup, perhaps, and pies. A game pie. With my pastry rather than yours.
Why would anyone want to do...
An invited gathering on the green in front of the cathedral.
What are you talking about?
Trestle tables, Barney can transport them, and big flasks of soup. I want a crowd there, like chariots of fire, to cheer me up to the door.
You mean the race?
I certainly do.
But, Dad...
Samuel's been watching sheep on Toddy's Fen.
And?
They're jumping, springing about, a sure sign of hard weather on the way. Exceptionally hard.
He makes these things up.
And it's not just sheep.
No?
No, it's blackbirds.
They're jumping as well?
No, they're gathering. Blackbirds don't do that. You don't see blackbirds in a cluster unless we're in for a cold snap.
It'll take more than a cold snap.
What? Why?
The climate's changing. There's global warming.
Global warming, oh yes. Don't use plastic bags or you'll get palm trees in Hunstanton.
It's not like that.
Blackbirds don't know about global warming, do they? They just do what they do, and at the moment, they're clustering, which means a genuine cold snap, like we had in the old days. And once we get that...
What?
The race will very definitely be on.
I go out to ride because I want to ride. No other reason. Not the race. Anyway, Samuel's leaping sheep have got it wrong. It's mild and grey out here. Grey and mild on the road. There's a good long stretch when the cathedral stays dead ahead. It looks close, you feel close, but you might not be close. Straight and steady, a long stretch. Then it's right there. Solid stones straight in front of you. This is why I do it. For this moment of arrival and for the journey. And I always like to touch the door. Nothing to do with Dad's ridiculous challenge. I just like to do that. To make it count. So I get off. And do the last bit on foot. I wonder if there's anything in it. What Zofia says. About bananas. Makes a kind of sense, I suppose.
5 boxes at 380. It's Thursday morning, so I'm working my way through the orders. I've done about half an hour when Dad flings open the door.
Marcia, there you are.
He stands there with a scarf wrapped round his head and his eyes shining, looking deceptively cherubic.
I'm working. I'm doing the orders.
Oh, poor Tish, they can wait. I need you out on Mardle Fen.
But Dad!
Come on, Marcia, get your skates on.
I assume he simply means me to hurry up. It's never wise to assume things with Dad, though.
Samuel was absolutely right. I knew it would be.
It's very sharp.
These old country boys, they don't often get it wrong.
The grass is crisp and there's a bite in the air. He has a couple of pairs of old skates slung round his neck, incredibly long things, like lengths of railings.
Where did you get them?
From the attic. I've been there years.
Well, you're not going to... You weren't thinking of...
No, Marcia. I thought I'd wear them as earrings.
What?
Of course I'm going to use them, you daft bat.
But 2 pairs, Dad?
One's for you. You need to follow me, or... No, better still. Go ahead.
But I can't skate.
Of course you can.
I can't, and anyway, you don't know if it's safe.
It's absolutely safe. Look at that. Look. Earth stood hard as iron. Water like a stone, very probably.
That's not good enough. I don't think we should take the risk.
Well, that strikes me as a little selfish, if you don't mind me saying so.
I'm thinking of you.
Jack could take 100 quid off me if I don't practice. Do you realise that? Now, come on.
Well, the river is frozen, and it looks solid enough. There's a place where the bank's low to the water, and we sit down to strap ourselves into the boots.
Help me up, Marcia.
Up we go.
We can now edge out onto the ice.
There we are.
Ah, yes, perfect.
Be careful. Be careful.
Look at that. The way it curves off into the distance. Looks almost silver, doesn't it?
Yes.
A silver road to anywhere, wherever you like. Have you got the stopwatch?
Yes.
Excellent. Right. Now, I'm going to skate down to where that tree sticks out over the ice. You see it?
Yes.
Then a quick swish and turn. Straight back here. When I shout now, start the watch. When I pass you, on the way back, stop it. Right?
Right.
He bends down, one arm tucked behind his back, the other aiming down the frozen river.
Now! Oh, stop the watch! Stop the watch!
Dad, you can't do this.
Help me up.
It's far too dangerous.
Come on. Pull me up.
I won't let you. Look, you talk to Jack. He'll understand.
Oh, no.
He won't make you do this if you can't even stand up.
I can stand up perfectly, thank you. And Jack and I have signed contracts. I'm not backing out now.
We'll get someone else to skate for you.
What? Never.
Someone who can stand up, at least.
No! Now, get the watch ready again.
Are we ready?
Yes, my dear, far away.
Coming cover. Catch!
Well, throw the thing straight, girl.
I did, a little bit on the side, and you didn't move.
A little bit? The damn thing went to second slip.
You want a hand with that?
Better not, Samuel, I think.
I could lay a tablecloth, no trouble.
No, clean linen, you see, and if you've been out collecting ferret droppings or something.
We haven't.
Just to be on the safe side, though.
Not ferrets, anyway.
Zofia and I can manage as long as she throws straight.
Me? You know what, Mr. Hedges? You catched something today, you did.
Well, I would have done
You
if...
catched what Mr. Jack has got. Sore chicks. Sore in the top legs.
Oh, well...
I don't know the matter here. You both move so bad.
I've been skating all morning.
Ask me, you want pellets.
Pellets?
Cold liver pellets. For bendy joints.
Right, let's try again.
No, I do the table myself. Talk to Samuel.
Her joints look bendy enough. Did you want something?
Well, I wanted a word, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yes?
A little bird did tell me. I sort of got to hear,
What?
None of my business, of course.
What is it?
This here race to the cathedral and all.
What about it?
Across ice.
Yes?
Mr. Jack on his bike and you on the skates.
Yes, yes.
I wouldn't if I was you.
Why not? You're the one who told me it could be done.
I know that.
And it can be, can't it?
Up to a point, in certain circumstances it can. I just wouldn't, that's all.
Has Marcia been talking to you?
No.
She has, hasn't she?
No, she ain't said a thing to me. I make mention of it because I know...
What? You know what?
I wouldn't risk it, that's all.
I have to. There's money at stake.
Then get someone else to do the skating.
Who?
There, you see? I am a manager. Very good. Why do you be looking at me like that?
If he wants to come and ask me politely to withdraw...
He won't do that.
Maybe I'll consider it.
No, he won't.
Otherwise, I don't see why I should.
Because he's too proud to back down.
Well, so am I.
I'm worried, Jack. He's not used to exercise. Not like that.
Yes, fair enough, Marcy, but the point is, he keeps rubbing my nose in it. He's always done it. Going on about how he's so much better than me at anything he chooses to undertake, and for once, just for once, I want him to admit he's wrong and I'm right.
And make £100.
No, that's not fair. The money's irrelevant.
Well, all right, but...
He must see he hasn't got a hope. All he has to do is say so. I won't crow. I won't do what he'd undoubtedly do if the boot were on the other foot. I'd simply say, fine, Dad, let's leave it at that and have a drink.
You do think you'll win, then?
Yes.
You sure?
What? Bike against skates? He hasn't got a chance.
Well, he's practicing, He's throwing himself into it.
Makes no difference. He can't possibly win.
Could anyone?
I doubt it.
A younger, fitter Dad?
He'd still lose. It's common sense, Marcy. The road will always get you there first, especially at the kind of pace I can set.
Then presumably you won't mind if someone else races instead of Dad?
What?
I'd feel a lot happier.
Who?
You want for me to go up there
To the tree, yes.
and come back again?
Yes.
But that speed, Sophia. Fast. That's the point.
Okay.
Now, you have been on skates before.
Oh, yes, many times.
And you feel all right about this?
Yes.
We're not forcing you.
No, it's fun. And I am very fast.
Good.
Like light bulbs. The only thing is...
Right. Get yourself ready.
What is not so good, what I don't do so good, is the twistings.
Twistings?
Yes, if you have to do the twisting, I don't do that so well.
Figures, you mean?
When you have to twist, curl...
Figure skating?
Figure...
Twists and turns and things, pirouettes.
We're not asking you to do that, you bimbo. All you do is go down there, touch the tree, and then come back.
Good. Oh, yes, I see.
So if you can just make yourself ready for the off.
Okay.
Good, lovely. Now.
What?
Go, you toad.
Oh.
I'm not happy about this.
She seems perfectly willing.
I don't mean that. I mean, I should be doing it. It's my bet.
But isn't it just a matter of principle, though? Is it faster by bike or by skates? That's what matters, isn't it? Not who's on the skates.
Yes, but Jack could claim
He won't.
That...
I've spoken to Jack.
Oh, Bill, she's back.
She's really fast. It surprises me. It surprises both of us. So we set Zofia to go a little further, up to the little wooden footbridge, just beyond the bend in the river.
She is good. Look at her go.
She really does know what she's doing, doesn't she?
As long as it's not figure skating.
Curls and twistings. That is what she meant, I suppose.
Twistings? Well, what else could it mean?
Well, she might have meant... corners.
Oh, no. Gormless cow.
Oh, poor Zofia.
She can't turn corners. After that, I put my foot down. There's no point, Zofia, speeding towards the cathedral in a dead straight line and hurtling into the riverbank at every slightest bend. In any case, I should be out there, skimming over the ice, no one else.
She ploughed through a clump of reeds, took a few involuntary steps up the bank, and then flopped into a field. But she's unharmed, and surprisingly cheerful about it.
I can do it. I've won races in the past. I may not be the rocket-propelled athlete of my youth, but I still have the old ability, the old technique. I can find the speed within me, and most definitely I can win.
Bernard, will you help Barney with those boxes? Back of his van.
Did you contact the press? I thought they might have sent someone to see the start.
And make sure they're wedged upright. Soup's in there.
It's Saturday, and the cold spell has held. So we're now gathered outside reception for the start of the race.
There's quite a crowd. Most of the staff and a few of our regular customers. Samuel's the only one not here. Maybe he disdains this sort of thing.
Both Dad and Jack are determined to win, and nervous about the possibility of being beaten. You can tell by the brisk way they're going about everything.
Right. The first stage is on foot. Is that agreed?
Yes.
We stand on the front step and Marcia gives the signal.
Which is what?
Well, go, I suppose.
You suppose?
You can't just say go.
You mean you might say something else?
What's wrong with go?
There's no build-up. You have to say, on your marks.
Oh, all right. On your marks, get set, go.
Right.
Hey, wait. That wasn't it, was it?
No.
Now what's the matter?
That was only a demonstration, Dad.
For goodness sake, Marcia. Get your acts together.
Look, you'll know when I say it properly.
That burned up precious energy, that did.
Yes, it looked as if it did.
I wouldn't crow too soon if I were you.
Not crowing, just quietly confident.
Got your supply ready, have you?
Supply?
Of bananas, you may well need them.
Well, as a matter of fact...
It's a complete myth, you know. Imogen looked it up on the interweb.
Really? You mean putting them down your shorts doesn't work?
Completely daft thing to do.
Oh, I thought...
Well, can you imagine it, Marcia?
No. I was well aware of that.
Oh, were you?
Had urban myth written all over it. Look, are we going to start this race, or what?
Yes, we'd better. So I give the signal.
And I cross the car park to my bike?
Exactly 50 paces, same as the distance round the back to the river.
Then off to the cathedral, and Barney and Bernard will be there to witness the first man to the door.
And set up the tables and serve the soup and pie. So, let's get going.
In that case, ready, steady, go.
Right.
No, Dad.
Out of the way.
That was it, Jack.
What?
The signal.
What? Well, that was a bit conversational, wasn't it?
All the same.
Marcia!
Oh, look, he's got half a minute to start.
I'm off to a pretty nifty start, which is fortunate. Jack's probably quicker in a straight run, and he's been doing all that bouncing around on his toes business, so I know he's keen. I'm a bit breathless by the time I reach the river, but once I'm on the ice, smooth and steady and effortless.
It was annoying to see Dad hair off round the side of the restaurant like that, but now that I've put a few big pedals in, I feel a lot more relaxed. I've hit a rhythm, and I know I can do it.
Oh, no. Please, no.
Safety cones. There's a huge man with a clipboard and a bunch of kids on little bikes, doing right-hand turns, very ponderously, one by one.
Excuse me? I need to get through here.
Sophia and I took the car through Stone Langley and down a track to where the river is joined by a long ditch. This ditch runs in a fairly straight line till it reaches a sort of marina quite near the cathedral. It's a broad ditch with plenty of room for a skater to swing his arms, and for much of the way it's higher than the level of the surrounding fields.
Who to win, though? What do you think?
I don't know.
Mr. Jack is very kind.
Yes.
And so is Mr. Warwick. Who to say?
Yes.
Don't be asking me, eh? Where is he, though?
I'm not sure. Do you think he hasn't already passed by, has he?
No, Mr. Warwick is not so quick. Ah, look.
What?
Down that way, look.
And there he is, moving at a steady pace, but slowly, and a long way back.
What stopped him? Where have he been?
I don't think he's been anywhere much, Sophia. I think he's just flagging.
Flagging?
He's getting tired.
Keep on. Let's keep on going. Focus, focus. It's no good. I have to rest a bit.
You watch him glide sedately in towards the bank and stop. Fall back and look up at the sky.
Rest a bit. I must rest. I can't feel my feet.
This is more like it. This is spinning. I had to wait for every one of those kids to turn right before I could put on any kind of speed. When I did, though, I picked up the rhythm again, forging on, but still making sure there's enough left in the tank to...
What the...
Someone walks out from the hedgerow, just ahead of me.
Hey, you! Get out of the way!
Like one of those moments in a Hitchcock film. Weird figure looming out of nowhere, unexpectedly in from the side. And very grubby looking. Overall streaked with God knows what.
Samuel?
Afternoon, Mr. Hedges.
What to do now?
We can't do anything.
Staying there, though, Mrs. Marcia. Not moving.
We can't help him. He wouldn't want that.
Not moving, though.
Cold. I'm white. Everywhere. Fields stretching away.
Stretched out. Arms spread. Not moving.
No feeling.
Dad?
I can't do anymore.
You have to move.
A white sleep coming over me.
No.
Let me sleep.
Daddy, you can't.
Out here. In the fields.
No, Daddy, please.
What does matter?
He's going to sleep, look.
Daddy! Daddy!
What is it? What's the matter?
Sit up.
What?
You must sit up and look around.
Yes.
You know this place.
We had the races here. Those fields over there. All those years ago.
This is the place.
Scarf streaming out behind me.
Streets ahead of anyone else.
This is the scene of my triumph.
He's getting up.
Yes! Good with you, Mr. Hedges!
I told you, didn't I? He was just resting.
I have to get on, Samuel. I don't know if you realise this, but I have to get to the cathedral.
Yes, I did hear.
And nice as it is to see
From
you.
the other Mr. Hedges.
So unexpectedly.
Why, I come out here. Thought I might see you on this stretch.
You came out here to see me?
That's right.
In the middle of a race?
Well, yes, it did seem best.
But it's a race. I have to push on. I can't just stop.
Oh, I imagine you'd be well ahead.
Well, maybe so, but...
You'll very likely get there first even now.
You mean... it can't be done? By ice?
Oh, it can be done. And fast.
Then I need to get back on the bike, Samuel.
And before you do, though, take a look at this.
What is it?
There's a picture, Mr. Hedges.
I can see that. I mean, I've seen it before. Dad showed me.
That's right.
It's him winning his race back in the 50s.
Ah, well.
What do you mean, ah, well?
If you was to take another look...
What? Why?
How'd you know that's him?
Well, he said so. That's his scarf.
It is that, yes.
But
the man isn't...
No.
He's too tall.
Mr. Hedges, he ain't ever wore trousers like them.
You mean he lied?
No.
He never did win that race?
What I mean, sir, is that it was a good many years ago. Ask me, I'd say Mr. Hedges do believe he did win, yes. But he ain't remember the ride.
This is you, isn't it? You won. You were wearing his scarf.
He weren't much of a skater. Far too slow.
Slow?
One of the slowest.
And what am I supposed to do with this information?
That's not for me to say.
So why are you telling me?
Just thought you'd want to know, that's all.
Any sign?
No, nothing at all.
Neither of them?
No, not one.
On the lawn, before the main doors, Bernard and Barney have erected a couple of trestle tables. They're setting out the soup and cutting wedges of game pie, while a cathedral official remonstrates with them. Dad hasn't asked permission to hold his picnic in the precincts. He's just assumed the right. Neither he nor Jack is there. I thought we might have seen Jack on the way in, but no. No sign.
Yes! Yes!
Is it them?
Someone, yes, up the path.
Who?
The tricky bit for me was getting out of the damn ditch. Couldn't manage the sides and had to be hauled out by a fat man in a yachting cap. The last stretch has to be done by foot, so I took my skates off, and my legs nearly gave away. But now, it's there in front of me, the great facade of the cathedral. My God, it's a beauty. And those big oak doors. I want to sit down again and give up, because Jack's surely ahead of me. I'll get to the finish and he'll be there, in the crowd. But I can't give up. Not now.
Look! Mr. Jack!
What? Where? It is. It's Jack. Forging up the path as Dad totters towards the door and closing on him with every step.
Timed to perfection, I'd say.
I've timed this to perfection. It couldn't be closer.
I know he's behind me. I can almost hear him breathing. And the doors are there, looming.
And there are the doors. And the worn stone flags. And
I lift my hand.
One final step.
And slap it on the cathedral door.
Well done!
Congratulations.
Pips at the post, you young puppy. Who's still got it?
You have.
Old head, young legs, eh? To the tables, everyone! To the tables and tack in!
Well done, Jack.
Oh, well. A close one thing, I suppose.
Time to perfection, I'd say. I'm very proud of you.
A 50-year gap and I can still do it. Still a winner. We sent Jack's bike ahead in the van, and we went back together in Marcia's car. Poor old Jack's clearly knackered, so I've let him stretch out in the front seat, while I squeeze in the back with Sophia. Oh, I'm sorry. Magnanimous in victory, you see. A virtue I've always stood by, and instilled, I hope, in my children. We've had our ups and downs, but they've turned out rather well, though I say it myself.
I stop the car just beyond Stone Langley, and we stay for a while to watch the fen. Get out and stand on the riverbank. The frozen land darkening, and a big red sun resting on the horizon.
What did you think of the game pie, Dad?
Not bad, not at all bad.
Even though we used my pastry.
A marked
improvement, Jack.
Yes. I was rather pleased with it.
So was the Archdeacon when he calmed down.
Lovely, isn't it? The Fen. Lovely, lovely.
Swans. Look.
They're hoopers, actually.
I know.
Should we be getting back?
No, not just yet. No need to hurry on Mardle Fen.
Funny old place, isn't it?
It's odd, Jack. An odd old place. I'm deeply fond of it.
In Silver Ribbon, the final part of On Mardle Fen by Nick Warburton, Warwick was played by Trevor Peacock, Jack by Sam Dale, Marcia by Kate Buffery, and Samuel by John Rowe. Zofia by Helen Longworth, and Bernard by Paul Ryder. The director was Claire Grove.